Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm U Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm U Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities, Ballard versus the Big C, and Make-A-Wish Utah. The 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Now, live from Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. Welcome to the 2023 SYC Wisconsin.
All right, welcome back. Terry, you guys get closer to me. Or else, actually, you know what? I'll move the camera out. I'm Blair, and I'm joined by Terry McKinney. Terry, you've been our super volunteer this weekend at the SYC Wisconsin. We're here, round 3, last round. They're bowling the long pattern. Terry, how's the SYC been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
This is my first SYC. I just came to volunteer just to want to see some of these youth bowlers that are just so impressive. Just the way the kids approach the game nowadays compared to when I started. I think bowling is in pretty good hands from what you see out here.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn the camera, and we're going to watch some of these awesome youth bowlers compete. Terry, why don't you let the fans know where you are from?
I'm over by La Crosse, Wisconsin, just
All right.
on the other side of the state here, right close to the Mississippi River. Just a beautiful area.
And there's a couple youth bowlers. This is their first SYC, right, from your area, right?
Well, not their first, actually.
Oh, okay.
They're one's sitting in 4th and one's in 5th.
Okay.
Dawson Peterson is over by Rochester, and then Trey
Nice.
is up by Eau Claire. So
Sure, yeah. And then what about the oh man, I'm drawing a blank on their I always pronounce their last name wrong. Polantier?
the Volunteers, yeah,
The-
their mom and dad both bowled up at Eau Claire, at La Crosse,
Okay.
at UW La Crosse for the collegiate team.
Yeah, and this
And-
is their first SYC.
Yep.
Those boys, yes.
Yes, and they're both parents are quite the accomplished bowlers.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and their son just won the random $100 giveaway. So,
Yeah, we do that on Sunday morning. Our friends from I Am Bowling. I Am Bowling is a huge part of the SYC. They actually give 6 random scholarships away, and we give them away on Sunday morning. So it's always fun. Leanne pulls out her random number generator and picks some random bowlers, and it's fun to see their faces like, what did we win? Like,
yeah, he was pretty excited. I went and talked to Bryson.
Cool.
But he didn't have that good. They haven't had the best day. They haven't bowled on a lot of sports shots.
right.
So a lot of struggling going on. But they went to the Packer game last night, and then he wins $100 when he walks in today.
So
So
fun.
yeah, he had a big smile on his face.
There's a lot of people that went to the Packers game. There's cheeseheads walking around. Brad and Kyle have some cheese on their head today, which is fun. All the award photos, you'll see Brad and Kyle wearing that big wedge of cheese.
Yeah, that's
So awesome.
One of our unique Wisconsin traditions. I guess not too many states can pull that one off.
Yeah. Well, I do have some background that is cheese for anyone watching today. So, here you go. There's your cheese for the morning. Do you eat cheese for breakfast in Wisconsin? Is that a thing?
Well, we would put it on our eggs,
Oh, yeah, right. There's cheese in every meal. All right, the bowlers we're watching in front of us, we have Alexander, oh man, another Fed, how would you pronounce that? Fedstrin? Alexander's bowling. Michael Evanson
Fedison.
Jr. All right, Fedison. Michael Evanson Jr., Christopher Welsh, Keegan Alexander, and Ethan Caruso. Now, Keegan celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, by winning both shifts, right?
Yes. He has, as Leanne put it, this is one of the lowest scoring SYCs in history. except for Keegan.
Yeah.
Keegan somehow is figuring out how to strike on everyone, but
yeah, he had a lot of 230, 240 games, 160 game in there, but then came back with another 240 to average 220 for the day.
shake it off.
Yeah.
Okay, Keegan is handing me his phone. I thought he was going to say hello to his Jane, who's watching. Your grandma's watching. He says hi. Apparently, that was his hi. But his favorite bowler is Josh Maxson. So shout out to Josh if Josh is watching. And I'm sure Stephanie Alexander is watching from home too, or watching from Alabama. Hello, Jane. You've been waiting for 2 days to watch Keegan, or 1 day to watch Keegan, and he's finally here.
Are we able to see on 9 and 10? I think we had Henry Vader shot a 280 game.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Which put him into the medal.
It's awesome. We can see 9 and 10. We can see a little bit of 7 or 5 and 6 too. Mr. Ethan Caruso has had a great tournament this weekend too. He has 2 medals. He has not medaled in the SYC in 2 years, and he's gotten 2 medals at this event.
2 bronze, right?
Yeah.
I thought I heard him on his way out talking about that.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome. Ethan's a great bowler. Repping the EYT this morning. Another great tournament in this area. Terry, you run some tournaments.
I do. I just try to run some tournaments in the lacrosse area for the local bowlers. I've been really fortunate to go about, different states and bowl tournaments, and the local bowlers don't get out and about much, so I try to create some stuff that, like match play tournaments that they can bowl. And then the summer we do the Storm Summer Sweeper Series, which has gone over very well. Which we just finished that up for the summer last week, and now everybody's ready for the league season to start.
Well, thanks for all you do for providing some tournaments to the bowlers.
Yeah, it's been a part of my life since my mom started a junior program when I was 8, and I started when I was 9, and just been bowling lifelong sport ever since.
And that's what we tell these kids too. You can do it for your entire life. They're all really focused right now, but their entire life can be about bowling. Like they can do it. You can do it in college. You can do it when you're older. You can bowl league. You can bowl tournaments. Yep. They're doing something they can do for life, and they're making friends along the way.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of people that I've met in the last few years, through Storm, around the country, bowling some national events, and these kids are so focused on now, and it's like, nope, just work on your game, and just you can improve a little bit here,
right.
Improve a
Keep
little bit more.
Better. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I've been bowling and practicing for 50 years.
It's amazing. I love it. I love that you're part of it, and this weekend you're one of our awesome scorekeepers, which we appreciate all that you've done.
Yeah, this Bowl Metrics thing is amazing.
We love Bowl Metrics. Shout out to our friends at Bowl Metrics. I don't think I mentioned Christopher Welch. I can't remember if I said his name or not. He is bowling on this pair as well. You just saw him shoot that spare on lane 8. Christopher has only been bowling a few years, and he only has been bowling two-handed 2 years or less. So pretty impressive to...
Yeah, he's got a higher rev rate than me, and he's only been doing it for 2 years. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Me too. All these kids. Here's when I watch the kids bowl, especially like Keegan, right? I watch how many revs he puts on the ball, and I just ask for a donation of 1 rev from each kid, the entire field, and then I might have enough revs to compete. Rough break for Ethan there.
Yeah.
Like Keegan can spare 1 rev, don't you think? 1
or 2. Yeah. 1 for each of us.
Yeah, really. Good shot. Turkey for Keegan there.
Yeah, that's a really nice look he's got now, and that should just get better as the kids burn up the track for him. Yeah. I could see him. There's a couple other kids that are going to battle him today, I think, but he's gonna have a lot of fun today, though.
Yeah. They are bowling on the long pattern. Actually, the patterns are over there. I don't remember the length of the long. The Ethan Caruso fan club is awake this morning. I'm a fan of Ethan, too. And Ashton Woods is a big fan. Shout out to Ashton. She's heading to Wichita State University. I wonder if Ashton, have you moved in? And then Maya. Hi, Maya. She's a big fan. Ethan almost picked up the 710 on live stream. That would have made everyone in the chat a big Ethan Caruso fan. All right, length of the pattern, 45 feet, 29 mils. Yeah, I think they'll strike today.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed the last 2 days is a lot of there's such a variety of bowlers with age groups and abilities that they played a lot of different lines and things really never opened up. But today I think they're all going to be kind of forced into a little bit of a smaller area, and it's going to really open up for some of these kids with a lot of hand.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson throwing his DNA.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet too.
That was
this
a
is
great shot.
Nice group we start with here.
Absolutely. Great pair. I've lost control of the chat. But I do want to shout out Central Texas USBC is in the chat. They are a huge supporter of Keegan and all the kids from that USBC, which, that's what this is all about, right? Like, supporting the kids. I know that they all go back home and compete in their local tournaments, and then they all go to junior gold and represent their home areas. And even when they're here, we try to mention how many states are bowling at each tournament, and it's all about repping that home state, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think the local bowlers are really happy when these kids go out of town and bowl at the SYCs. That way they're not competing with them back home.
Yeah, right.
So they're happy to cheer them on. Say, yeah, you go bowl and we'll cheer you on and give us a chance to win something at home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not sure I would want to compete against any one of these kids. Their talent level is out of this world.
Yeah, I'm afraid I would be embarrassed by, I'd be pushing 5th or 6th or even if I could get into 5th and 6th even.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking at the bottom of the standing sheet going, all right, I'd be down here.
I'm sure we can put out a pattern that plays 8th board.
Okay. All right, good. 8 board. I'm in. I was discussing that with the U12 girls yesterday, my favorite board. They agreed. They like the 8 board, too. Although some of them have more revs than I do. The U12 girls. Oh, Keegan. All right, gets away with that one.
I'm thinking we're going to see a 300 today.
I'm thinking you're right. I think Matt Orvis, who's going to pop by the live stream booth today and chat about the great Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley here. He was a little scared last night that the bowlers were unhappy with his scoring pace at Ashwaubenon Bowling Center. I'd go, it's not your fault. KEGEL makes the patterns. And we like the scoring pace to be a little low sometimes. But today I think he'll be happy. I think he'll be all right.
I think the bowlers are always, when they struggle on the lower scoring patterns, but then once they finally realize that everyone is struggling, then they just have to execute and just do the best they can each frame.
Absolutely.
So that's just a really good learning experience for them, at least for the next tournament.
100%. You did see to the right, Mr. Mateo Quintero is back today. He had a little injury yesterday going on. He pulled a muscle in his neck shoulder area, tried to work it out, but it looks like he's back in the field today, which is great. Joss Weems won the gold on the medium yesterday. He's stepping up on lane 9. Yeah, this is a good group right here of bowlers. Lots of titles in this little stretch of pairs here.
Do you know, just on our pair in front of us, where these kids are all from?
Let me pull up. This is the test, whether they have filled out their bios. Because we do ask them a questionnaire. And then I can... We try to meet all the kids, but there's a lot of them.
That's been really fun, actually, today, or this weekend, is talking to kids and then just get into... As I walk by and collect scores, just seeing how they're doing.
Yeah, like check in, All right, so Mr. Alexander is from Grafton, Ohio. He's 17 years old. And most people, we ask them, what do you enjoy most about bowling? I would say meeting new people and traveling is like the top 2 answers that we get. Alexander also plays percussion for his school and plays the drums.
Nice. He didn't stay down on that shot.
Mr. Keegan.
Yep.
All right. Oh, where did that go? No, it just was up. All right, Ethan. He's from Shanahan, Illinois. Bowls at Joliet Town and Country Lanes. He's 17. He made the 2022 Team USA developmental team.
Oh, nice.
He used to be a gymnast, so that's why sometimes you'll see him he's really flexible. He really gets a lot of leverage. He uses his legs a lot. He's got a lot of strength. So we got Illinois and Ohio. Keegan's, of course, from Texas. See if Jackson filled out his bio. Nope. The U17. I'm making a whole new division. U18 boys sometimes struggle with this little filling out the bio thing.
Yeah, those details. It's probably one of the same groups that struggled filling out their score sheets.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Michael didn't either.
Yeah, DNA is probably a really good ball for this pattern right now.
Absolutely.
Reads pretty early and goes forward.
Great shot.
Nice.
Oh, and look, in the chat, I got Michael Jr.'s from southeast Minnesota. And I know Christopher is from Ohio. So we got a lot of the country represented just on this pair alone.
Yeah, and then these kids will see each other, at the next tournament, and they end up becoming, then they'll be going against each other in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I found bowling some of the 50 and over events nowadays, that I'm running into a lot of friends from college that I bowled against.
It's awesome. Here's a fun fact about Keegan, and this is what I love. And I was talking to another parent, Trey. Keegan and Trey both have jobs, and they are responsible for purchasing their own bowling equipment. So their parents kind of take care of the tournaments and the travel and all that stuff. But Keegan works at his pro shop 5 days a week, or at the pro shop 5 days a week. Trey has a little job to help pay for that. I'm sure other kids in the field are doing the same thing, but I like when parents are trying to, put a little responsibility back on the kids, because
otherwise I think the kids think that there's a
money
ball
tree?
A ball tree.
Oh, a ball tree,
you
too.
You just go pick one off.
Yeah.
This new one came out. I need the clone. I need the Tour Dynamics. I need the the Exponent. And they see Chris Barnstone, the Exponent, and I need that ball. That's perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
and they're right. It is perfect. They should.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say to parents who may be watching and they're like, oh my goodness, there's so many bowling balls at my house. These kids put a lot of games on their bowling balls between practice and competing, and they aren't lying that they probably do need a new bowling ball every once in a while, but they do need the right bowling ball. And that's why we always talk at SYCs, and they get a bowling ball with the entry, which we try to help you out, parents, that way. But we're trying to build their arsenal too, so you won't get the same style of bowling ball at every SYC. We're trying to teach them, if they ask us, hey, which new bowling ball should I get? Well, which one in your bag is kind of older or may have the most games on it? Do you need a heavy oil ball? Try to find that place, replace the right one.
Yeah, you definitely, everyone wants the new big ball that comes out, and then you also realize you have 6 asymmetrical balls that all hook a ton.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, unless it's a secret, which I guess someone needs to be a spoiler, but the next ball for the Reno is the Ruby. Is that what's coming up for the
Oh, no.
SYC?
That's the Rhode Island one.
Oh,
Is
Rhode
the
Island.
Ruby. Reno actually gets there's no pro shop in Reno.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, we aren't giving a ball away for that one, but they are getting a triple tote. So, a new bag. Who doesn't need a new bag from time to time, right? So, that is tricky when we go into some bowling centers that may not have a pro shop. We try not to do that, but the National Bowling Stadium is the one exception because it's the National Bowling Stadium.
So is that the new fancy triple tote?
No, there is an exclusive SYC triple tote out there that you see some of the kids have, and you only can get it at the SYC.
Looks like we're getting a little bit of push down now.
Yes. All right, I'm looking at the chat.
The chat has very small writing.
It does. Yeah, it looks like we have someone from Tennessee watching. Tour Dynamics is good. It is. Agreed. I also have heard good things about the Exponent. That one, everyone is loving the Exponent right now.
I watched Chris Barnes make that and the Zen Gold label look pretty nice down at the World Series of Bowling.
Yeah, those two are pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, the Exponent is supposed to be a little bit stronger than like an IQ Tour.
Yeah.
Just a real benchmark ball, I guess.
Yep. Little stronger benchmark ball, absolutely.
And the gold label, a little bit cleaner than the Zen, but a little bit more back end.
Yeah. Ooh, gets that 4-pin. Tripping a 4-pin this morning, Mr. Michael. Like Michael and his brother Joseph have matching jerseys today. Joseph's on 9 and 10. I keep forgetting what lane we're on. The banner's tripping
7
me
and
out.
8.
I know. I keep looking up and I'm like, there's no numbers.
Yeah, Jackson's found it.
He has.
Three nice shots.
Yeah, the whole game one thing is not bothering most of the kids on this pair. How do you feel about game one on Sunday morning after bowling 10 games the day before?
Well, the one thing I've learned is I try not to go eat pizza and drink beer.
Yeah.
Because then I can't get my fingers or my thumb in the ball.
Yeah. I think, the kids, I will say the one thing that guys like Brad and Kyle and Darren Tang and Danielle McEwen and Verity and all of these players that are vlogging, and you mentioned Chris Barnes too, Stu Williams, they are showing the kids good, healthy habits too, because they all are like talking about what they eat between blocks. They're posting about it. They talk about nutrition. They talk about going to the gym. All of those things these kids watch and they learn, and they're like, yeah, I need to take care of myself if I want to go out and be a pro bowler.
Yeah, I've felt that a couple of the upper-level pro bowlers do that and have been quite outspoken about it, and have really set the standard for the up-and-coming ones, kind of like Shannon O'Keefe and her workout routines to stay at the level she's at. And these younger girls like Verity and Dana Zavyalova. Zavyavala.
Yes.
Diana
Z.
Yeah, Diana Z. They I think they've really stepped up their game, their workout game too, and eating habits and stuff. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to compete with these older, more experienced girls, and it's really paying off for this younger class.
Oh, absolutely.
But
looked like Keegan made a little move there. Not to interrupt you, but it looked like he got possibly deeper already in game one. So this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, it will be for him.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Another nice shot. Oh.
That was a good shot. No, you're absolutely right. The longevity of their bodies and all of the stuff they do, it's important. It's great.
Yeah, and especially on like the PB50 tour,
yeah.
Leto, Monticelli, and Chris Barnes. I mean, a lot of those guys are in amazing shape.
Absolutely.
But they're bowling 40. I think we bowled the World Series of Bowling, bowled 40 games plus 5 hours of practice. You can't do that if you're not in. I mean, bowling shape's one thing, but it's just physically your legs kind of go out on you if you don't keep everything in shape and eat
100%.
smart.
Yeah, I mean, and Ron Moore's another one. He does like 100 push-ups every morning, I think, or something crazy like that.
I think it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I think it's like 300 and push-ups and 300 sit-ups or something.
It's nuts.
Yeah, he's over a million since he retired.
Yeah. Yeah, we always check with him. If you see him in Vegas, you're like, how many push-ups have you done already today? It's always a lot.
And it just gives those guys an advantage when it comes
Yeah.
down to Game 5 or Game 6 of a tournament or a 12-round match play. It's like, okay, Game 6, they're feeling pretty good, and I think some of their opponents are a little bit worn out and tired.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Brad or Kyle yesterday. He said, when you showed us the score sheet that wasn't filled out and that was left behind, I can't remember which one it was, but they said, oh, you should fine them for doing that. And he goes, you can't really fine them with money because they're kids, but you should fine them with like a push-up or like something to make them really think about filling that score sheet out. I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, push-ups are a good little fine for kids.
Yeah. I bet if they had to do 5 push-ups, they probably wouldn't leave their score sheet behind. Nice shot by Mr. Zach. I like his jersey today, too. All these jerseys. My jersey game is not as on point as these kids.
Yeah, they look very sharp. Yeah, a lot of different kinds, too.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good jersey companies out there. I Am Bowling, some Coolwick.
Absolutely. Oh. Keegan shrugging. Apparently we have a new shrug in the game. Keegan shrug. Nice little roll for Jackson. Gets that 10 out.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't carry that last 10, and then he missed it by just a hair.
Yeah. Ethan Cruz is on a tear right now, so we'll see what he does in the 10th frame. So we are getting to the end of game 1, and I have to let Terry leave after this game and go and collect some scores. But I had to snag him in because it's always fun. We get to talk to you on the Morning Bowl in the chat, and now I get to talk to you in real life. It's great.
Yeah, my job, I'm fortunate enough I can kind of turn the Morning Bolt on and then throw my sarcastic comments in there.
We love them.
Along the way.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your love of puppies.
Yep, I wanted to bring Emerald here, but
Tease.
my brother did not want me to bring Emerald here, and I stayed down at my brother's about a half hour south of here. So.
Dang brother.
Yeah.
Give me his number. I'll give him a call. I'll let him know.
Yeah,
we like the puppies. Stepping back off.
Yeah, I don't know what he saw or what. I think maybe he just didn't have the right feel in his hand.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the lane courtesy has been real good. I haven't seen anybody having issues or anything.
No, these kids
like,
know to bowl.
They're mini pros.
They are. That's what we say at every tournament. They really are mini pros.
Yeah,
and we tell the bowling center when we come in, we're like, yeah, they're probably going to be really polite. They're probably going to know what they need to do. Oh, I thought he was going to get that message.
That was the one thing I noticed yesterday was I was called sir I don't know how many times, and thank you and all this. And all I was doing collecting scores, but yeah, it is a really, just an impressive group of bowlers. Bowling, there's just a lot of really good people in bowling. Even the parents. Some are stressed out, for one reason or another. Their kids struggling, or they think there's something that the tournament can do to make it better for their kid. But the kids don't seem to be as stressed out as a lot of the parents.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're and I said this to Kyle yesterday because he said the same thing. He goes, I'm really impressed by, like, they miss a spare, they come back off, and they're like, shake it off and move on to the next thing. He goes, it took me years to figure that out. But I said, well, Kyle, most of them have a tournament next weekend. So they're like, yeah, well, this one's not going so well. I'm learning along the way, and then I'll get back out there next weekend and bowl. So
I think they've learned a lot of it also through things like with Brad and Kyle or
the seminars.
Mike Shady and Mike Jasnow. They do a lot of mental game stuff that these kids see and read, and then you just talk about it, you just kind of flush that shot away, and then you go on to the next one, and it's not going to help you. So
right,
you can use it for maybe lane play, but that's about the only reason you want to being historical with what your thinking is. You don't need anything behind you.
Nice shot by Christopher. He's having a very good game here. Clean game. Really nice. Just chucking along. Probably would have liked to strike a little more, but I'll take a clean game.
Yeah, 195 clean is pretty good.
Yeah.
Keegan's going to try another ball change. A little TNT with surface.
Yeah.
That might have been not a bad one to start. Oh, a little in.
All right. No loss on the fill. 184.
Well, yeah, he struggled for 184.
Yeah.
And at least he's not. Some kids, the games happen so fast, a kid can go to a 150 very quickly.
Yes. Yeah, a couple splits can take you there, especially on the sport shot.
Yeah, you miss a spare, a couple splits, and at least Keegan's spare game seems to be on par. So
Keegan, yesterday Keegan went 50 frames clean. He made it to frame 64 before he missed his first. I don't know if he left a split or missed a spare. First open at frame 64.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest stat for the tournament.
Yeah.
If these kids realize that.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he's up by 300 pins.
Exactly, right? Yeah. He was pretty pumped. And I think his dad is watching Scott, and I got a text from his mom, and she goes, Scott couldn't believe it. I'm like, yeah. Because his parents aren't here this weekend. That's another thing. These kids make friends, and then the parents feel comfortable sending them to compete even when they may have to be home for work or there's a conflict, and another family will
take over.
Yeah, it's great.
A little surrogate mom for the weekend.
Exactly, it's awesome. I love the bowling community. The youth bowling community is fantastic.
Plus, he's coming to Wisconsin, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think Keegan likes Wisconsin.
Yeah, a lot of nice people up here.
So Ethan, another one, working hard for this game. Converted that little split.
He's going to try going to the exotic gem for his fill ball. Jack Seeger's working on a 5-bagger.
Nice. We'll step up on lane 6.
Yeah, we'll just catch. We'll be right after Ethan throws. He'll be right next to him. Jack's just sets the ball down on the lane pretty nice, real soft, with pretty good hand. And
all right, Ethan Caruso Fan Club 223 for Mr. Ethan.
I think the kids like to be on the live stream here with you calling out their names. They all seem to smile when you.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I'm talking louder today. They can hear me. I'm like, they haven't looked at me this week, but great shot. Wow.
Yeah, it looks
Jack?
like he's throwing a duo with a little bit of surface, just
Nice.
kind of a little bit tighter than the others.
That's fantastic.
And Jackson trying to get a double. Oh, just stuffs it.
Kids are so good. I'm telling you.
The one thing, I try to, when I work with bowlers, I just try to tell them to stay down at the line, hold your shot, post your shot, Every kid here is posting his shot.
Yeah.
It's It's like a pro tournament.
It is.
And you can't walk into any bowling alley and watch anybody post their shot.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've noticed that too. That comes up about once a tournament where I look and I'm like, I remember being a kid and not posting my shot. And these kids just, the fundamentals of the game, fantastic. Kudos to all the coaches out there.
As Bob Bucher would say, just a bit outside.
It was, but still in the
Yeah,
200s.
good game.
No loss for Jackson there.
Yeah, he's got a good look too. So
Yeah.
it looks like there's that nothing's opened up outside yet, but those guys are all playing a little bit deeper.
Yeah, they need to hit some girls pairs that are right of them and maybe a little surface, hopefully.
So is there a way that it's designed for who these kids follow?
Not really. Leanne works so hard on the lane assignments. She really does. She spends a lot of time on it. And the only thing she does try to do is keep the age divisions on the pair close. So she tries to keep U18 with U18. This tournament was unique because normally we'll have a few mixed pairs, but we don't have any mixed pairs this weekend other than the U12s. The U12s all get to bowl together because they're U12. And they should
You don't
bowl
want to
together.
mix the 12s and 18s.
No, yeah, that would be a little. I don't think the U18s would appreciate that very much.
Yeah, especially when one of those little 12s beats them.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was watching a couple of them, and little two-handers that are about 2.5 feet tall, 30 pounds, and they're covering the whole lane.
Yeah, it really makes you evaluate your own bowling. This tournament does.
It makes me want to go home and practice.
That's awesome. Yes, inspiring, right? The kids are super inspiring. We're gonna let Jack finish his 10th frame on lane 6, and then we are gonna take a very short break while the new bowlers are here. And I'm gonna find either Brad or Kyle to join us in here.
And I'm going to go
You gotta collect
get some scores.
Yeah.
So we can get them uploaded to Bowl Metrics.
Well, Terry, thanks for being here this weekend. We really appreciate you, and thanks for being on our team. And
You're
being
welcome.
great.
I appreciate it. I appreciate being on Storm's team and what they do for youth bowling and bowling in general, and just always there for the sport. It's really fun to be part of.
I love it. All right, well, we'll be right back. Short break, and we'll see you soon. All right, we're back. Oh no, Brad, you're out of screen.
Hello, everyone. Yep, who's
There we go. There we go. We are back. Sorry for the delay.
A little different day today.
Yeah.
I see some scores. I don't know what Gianna's on, but I don't know if she finished off her 270.
Oh, wow.
But I'm pretty sure she was high in the entire building.
Yeah, we believe there's going to be a 300 today. That's what Terry and I are predicting. Terry McKinney was in game
Yeah.
one. We're thinking.
Well, you watch Landon and Keegan, you wouldn't think so.
That's true.
Because they're not seeing it yet.
Yeah, Keegan was struggling. Keegan was just on this pair. Even Joss Weems, who led yesterday, he struggled that first game. So, who knows? Maybe.
That's kind of interesting. I don't know if Abby, she had a turkey going in the 10. She probably could have struck over 220.
Oh, wow.
But Gianna and Abby both pretty good, and the top two guys, Landon and Keegan. And that tells me that that rev rate isn't necessarily a great thing.
Ah.
That's what that tells me.
Okay.
So anytime you see something like that, there's generally a reason. And the girls are just getting their ball to stay on line a little better
Okay.
than the high rev guys. And so Keegan, I saw him throw a shot in the second game, and he's throwing like a really weak ball. So that tells me that he's trying to combat the rev rate portion. And same with Landon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Keegan's got such a lead. I mean, it would be spectacular if Landon caught him.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like two things. Yeah, Landon would have to bowl good, and Keegan would have to have his worst morning.
Yeah, and
So.
I don't see that. I mean, Keegan.
No,
Yeah,
Keegan's too
Keegan. Even with kind of some opens last game, he still was fine in the pocket. That was a good shot right there.
Yeah, now he's got a double.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have too good of a day yesterday to come in and just let someone come around you. You know,
absolutely.
Keegan's just too good.
And it's his birthday this weekend. So
And it's his birthday.
Yeah, he's got some birthday luck.
He's got high energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if Landon came out 280 game one, I'm thinking, all right.
We got a match.
He had the same struggle as Keegan, so
Yeah.
it's good for Keegan.
All right, so I have a question for you, Brad, but I
Okay.
do want to introduce the kids that we're watching. Wyatt Honecker is on this pair. Riley Spear, Tyler Williams, Dakota Messenger, Jeffrey Retzlaff, and Caleb Zoroitsky. And you see Caleb on lane 7 right now and Riley on lane 8 shooting that 7-pin. Okay, my question.
Okay.
Total pins versus match play. So SYC is total pins, right? 3 rounds. We award co-champions if there's a tie. There are no roll-offs. Truly total pins. Which would you prefer in a tournament? Total pins or match play? Yeah, right?
Well, bowling's it's a great question. If it was up to me, I'm thinking of it in terms of media.
Okay.
So
Okay, all right.
do I prefer match play or total pins? I like them both.
Yeah.
But generally in the total pins category, more games get bowled.
Yes.
And it's a little more competition because you're competing against everybody. In match play, it's just one-on-one.
Right.
Which is beautiful.
Right.
But in terms of the entire tour, if you want like all 80 guys to be at their absolute best,
Yeah.
it's good to give them like full tournaments, maybe 50, 60 games until the show.
Yeah.
Those are nice. It makes the bowlers really good, and it's great for media because so much happens. But in terms of match play, that's more fun. It's more exciting.
Yeah. A lot more energy,
that can
right?
provide a lot more, some really great media as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, right?
It kind of just depends.
Yeah, it's true, right?
I'll take either though. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you'll do both.
I'll do
Well,
both.
and I think that the SYC's always been total pins, and Gary and Leanne, like when they built the tournament, that's total pins was important to them because how many times do you lead a tournament and then you lose a match and you're like, what? I was just leading by 400 pins, lost in the finals on TV, a step ladder, and it's like you basically bowl 2 tournaments, right? You bowl the qualifying portion if there's another round, all that, and then oh, by the way, you have to do this match play portion.
Right.
So they like that format. And I think these kids, there's a lot of match play tournaments for them, so it is a different format.
Now, have you guys done match play before?
We've never done match
Oh,
and
never
we
done.
won't. Yeah. No, it's part of the SYC because kids ask over the years, they're like, can you do a match play one? And we're like, no. We're doing total pins no matter what.
And so you've never had a step ladder? Either.
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, never. We do. Yeah, no, we've never had one. We do a bracket. The only time we've ever done like any kind of matches is when we did at the Super Slam. We do a team and doubles portion, and we did a bracket for them where, because it's fun. It's not really.
When you say match play, were you meaning bracket? Or were you meaning like 24 games of match play?
I was
round
meaning
robin.
match play. Yeah. That's
round
what I was.
robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little different because they both have full games.
Yeah. True. Now the question changes for you.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Man, I would do total pins in the tournament and then bracket.
Okay.
The match play is. You might as well just do the bracket.
Right. Yeah, the bracket.
feel like.
Yeah. It's true. Stephanie isn't in with. She likes total game, but just because you can lose one game but lead by hundreds of pins exactly. But then she does like round robin match play. And I would argue, to your point, the media portion, like for you guys, the entertainment, like fans watching, is crucial. And I think round robin can be a little exciting, right?
It can.
But yeah, I mean, when it gets down to the wire, the last game, if things are close, it can get exciting in this building.
Oh, yeah, total pins is just as exciting too.
Yeah.
Unless someone just runs away with it.
Right.
Then,
Which happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of anyone like ever talking about trying like a tennis format, where it's like a kind of a tennis scoring system? It's per shot, and if you win the shot, you go up 15-0 or 15-love.
That would be. Because I played tennis, so
and then
that
it
would be way
it goes back
interesting.
and forth.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone talk about that, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, so instead of the matches being just scoring, the matches would be like tennis, and you just got to outstrike your opponent one way or another. And it'd be like best of 5 or something.
Yeah, because tennis, tennis is super exciting because you can, like, in each individual game, some of the games can go on forever because you get to that deuce.
Yeah.
And then it's like back and forth.
And then it builds
Wow, I've never. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, Rhino was talking about a while back. Rhino Page was talking about running like an exhibition in that style of format, just to
cool.
kind of see. But
yeah,
it
would put a little more. I guess, and it happens in tennis too. That adds a little more luck into things too.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, because sometimes you have
if your opponent struggles and you get 9 or 8, and then the pair over is strike.
Right, but you have that in matches. Yeah, because it's all about lanes. Yeah, I don't know. It's always the interesting topic to discuss, because there are different formats, and the SYC has always been total pins, and I think it always will be. So.
And the match play thing, there's people. No matter what, if you take 24 guys and you have them bowl round robin match play, there's going to be people that win more matches but average less.
Yes.
It's just guaranteed.
Yeah.
And
because you're bowling there's a third opponent, right? The lanes.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you just catch like the leader and he'll shoot 180 against you, but he'll shoot 250 against everyone else.
Yeah.
And then you'll just wrap up wins like that, and then you'll be in the top 5 when there's 3 or 4 bowlers actually bowling better than you. And that's just something, that's just the way it is.
Right.
And that's the way the tour is. They do a lot of match play. But it's also how many bonus pins are you getting for your win?
Right. Oh,
that
bonus
affects
pins,
it too.
Man, that can bonus pins can change an entire tournament.
30 is a lot.
It's so much.
I'm surprised that we haven't tried anything else.
Yeah.
Like 10 or 20.
Yeah. I look at some of those, like some of the tournaments, and when there's 30 pins in play, no one's out of it.
No one's out of it.
It's unbelievable. Like, you look at when the day starts and you're like, Yeah, everything could keep going up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, Belmo's done that so many times.
Yeah.
And the guy, he'll you think it comes off his luck.
Yeah.
Because he'll have a bad day and shoot 280 his last game to get to like a couple pins out, and then he'll need 2 or 3 guys to shoot 180, and they'll do it. For Belmo to get in, he'll be 24th, and then once he gets into match play, it's game over.
Yeah, it's over. He's back.
He's so hard to beat in the match play portion. He gets the 30 bonus pins, and then he's making the show.
Yeah.
He's just going to run you down.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
he did
if-
that this year, didn't he? Didn't he, like, last spot in one of the tournaments?
Yeah. TOC.
Yeah,
and
that's
he didn't
right.
even make the top 5. He got to like 6th or something.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of shows that week. But there's times where you can think like, man, that's luck. But at the end of the day, it's like he does it every time.
Right.
If he needs 250, he shoots 250. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
But
It's
I'd be
amazing.
curious to see how many people can go from 24th to 5th without bonus pins. It'd be much tougher.
That would be a really interesting stat to pull. Like,
If it's how often it's even really happened.
I have no idea. There's so many. That is the one thing that I feel like is impossible. And our friends over at Lane Talk, they do a great job helping trying to pull some of these stats. Because even for the SYC, we've had kids over the years ask us like, all these questions about the stats, and there are so many stats in bowling that you could keep.
Yeah.
And pull, and like constantly we're like, man, I wonder what the record for 15 games is in the tournament, right? And like it would be a full-time job just to keep track of
each player's
everything. Yeah. And I can't even imagine what it's like for the PBA Tour, because same thing, right? There's endless amounts of things you can pull. Like, oh, let's look at the top players on short patterns, right? And who is that? And I mean,
yeah, how are you supposed to know?
Right. So anyway,
I know, and it's good that we have stuff like Lane Talk now.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fantastic app.
it really is. We've had Storm. We love Lane Talk. We have a lot of conversations with them.
And I see they just signed some stuff with USBC
They
too.
did,
Finally.
yeah, right. They're gonna be the partner of the USBC Open Championships, which is great.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, so now you're gonna get all your stats from that, and I'm sure it'll be at all of their tournaments as well, which is fantastic.
Yep.
It's a great app. If you don't have Lane Talk, download it. It's totally free. If you're bowling center, I think what the, like, not miscommunication, but just what people don't know, your bowling center doesn't have to pay anything to be part of Lane Talk. What a break.
Yeah.
What a break there for Riley. If your scoring system is capable, which most of the bowling center scoring systems are, you just have to contact Lane Talk, and then they can put the system in play, and then Lane Talk can be added to most bowling centers.
Yeah.
And it's zero cost
Yeah.
for the proprietor, which is unbelievable.
Yep. And Belmo and Troop are their main.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Sponsors.
Yeah,
Ambassadors.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they do lots of fun stuff. They'll run like little tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
With all the members of Lane Talk, with those two guys.
Yeah.
And Verity, and it's really interactive.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Beautiful.
It's really fun. So yeah, download it at all 3 of the bowling centers in Indy when we went there for the SYC 300. I'm not sure if this bowling center has Lane Talk. I don't think they do, but the ones in Indy did, and it was awesome. The parents could not only have bowl metrics, but they could watch live scoring basically.
Yep. So we have a good game going on by Dakota Messenger. I know the parents of Dakota was in the chat yesterday. So they're getting to see a pretty good show if they're tuning in.
We almost had a 7-10 conversion in game 1. I haven't seen pins bounce
on
all
camera?
weekend. It was on camera. It would have been fantastic. But I haven't seen these aren't very bouncy, but Ethan Caruso got one to bounce, and it was so close. was like, oh.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a big guy. Tall guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you 18 boys, you needed a little step ladder today.
Yeah, that was...
The cheese block helped.
I guess it doesn't. The U15 guys, too. I probably need a little step stool as well.
Yeah.
All right, another shot by Dakota. Coming out with a $160 game 1, but here we go. We got a 5-bagger. We got a chance for 260. Getting the plus.
Oh, man. Woodley over there. What a Woody. What a shot.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Who's taller, you or Norm?
Me.
Nice.
But he's also a lot older. So by the time I'm 58, I'll probably be shorter than him.
You feel like
you're shrinking.
That's funny.
Gravity gets you.
A shot by Jeffrey. Yeah. You know,
spare.
I'm not seeing a lot of striking.
No, me neither.
Huh. All right, the low scoring pace continues.
And I was thinking it wasn't going to be like that.
Me neither. Especially when I looked at the pattern. I'm like, all right. Just goes to show.
Yep.
Topography, right?
It's hard for kids this age to really have a great grasp of bowling balls.
True. That is true, too.
And sometimes patterns, when kids struggle or when anyone struggles, it's just a bowling ball. They're just throwing the wrong one. And in order to understand bowling balls and bowling ball motion, you can get all the advice you want. You have to have some experience throwing all different types of bowling balls. The pearls, the very slow ones that are symmetric, the very slow ones that are asymmetric. And then out of just enough trial and error, enough of you struggling, it kind of fits you because it's so individual.
Yeah.
It's like what the balls I throw are not the balls Kyle throws, so it's hard for us to even help each other. So for kids, you know, they're just not quite old enough to have years and years and years of experience, and there's all these new bowling balls coming out. And it can be hard.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, a lot of these kids throw so good that when you see them struggle, a lot of times it's just maybe a little bit of a different ball and then maybe a little bit of a line change. But we saw Tyler right there. He's throwing a Nova, and the thing about the Nova is it's strong, but it's still kind of quick reacting, and it can be hard to control. So the one he threw in the right lane was really good. So Wyatt right here, he's throwing a Summit, and that's like the slowest symmetric ball we make. It's slower than the face too. But what I mean by slow is it doesn't change direction much. It goes forward. And so he seems to have a little bit more room than Tyler.
Yeah.
So if I was telling Tyler, I would say, do you have a Summit?
Do you have anything slow and symmetrical? Which, you know, this came up in game 1. We were talking about bowling balls and kids always wanting a new one. And sometimes they'll ask us, like, which new one should I get? Because there's always new bowling balls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll ask them, well, what are you trying to replace in your bag, right? Or what are you missing in your bag?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can get trapped and just want the new one, but at Storm, Rotor Grip, and Global, we really try to fill every gap.
Absolutely.
Right. So sometimes, like right now, Friday, we released the Clone and the Tour Dynamics. And those two, we didn't really have anything in those spots in our arsenal.
I know. Those are very unique balls.
Right. So maybe the Clone works in your bag. Maybe you're missing that piece.
Yeah, because the UFO alert was really the closest thing to it.
It was, yeah. And then that one was removed. And so now this is like the way Schlem described it was it's the UFO alert, but with enhancements, right?
Yeah.
So he took it and made it a little better. Because that's the one thing, because people will always say, oh, why don't you bring back the virtual gravity, for example, or whatever. Well, everything's changed since that ball was great, right? And so, like, if we just brought that back, or if you found one on a shelf and you tried to throw it, the oil's different, lanes are different. Yeah, everything's different. We
have other bowling balls that we like to throw.
Yeah.
So if they come out with virtual gravity, half the staff might like the gym better.
Right,
you know?
Exactly, yeah.
So it might not get much thrown.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. That is the one thing I've learned a lot since starting at Storm is how important it is to have different shapes in your bag. Like, I've always known it, but I mean, watching the guys in R&D, they spend so much time testing this stuff. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get down to Storm in the fall, like I normally do. But I've never really spoken with Alex much.
Yeah.
About
is
like
so
layouts.
Smart. Oh my gosh.
And I used to want to be dumb about that stuff because I watched Pete Weber bowl and I just saw how he did it. It was all touch.
Yeah.
He didn't know a thing about bowling balls.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I
want
to do that.
Yeah.
It seems simpler, a little clearer head. But now the bowling ball is so important.
It's
that
so important.
I was way behind this year. I know a lot of the covers and cores, but I didn't have it like in front of me.
Right.
To where I can go, oh, I need that combination. It wasn't all in my head.
Yeah.
And so I was behind on a lot of like knowing what ball to throw.
Well, and Alex does so much testing with like top weight and like cover stocks and everything, and he's doing seminars this summer for all the pro shops and everything, and I've heard anyone that's attended a seminar with Alex, their mind is just completely blown.
Yeah.
So like they leave and they're like, it's kind of like Hank, right? Like you sit in there and you're like, I grasp 10% of what he just said, because they're so smart and so good at what they do.
And they technically know. Like there's, like you could say a ball like creates carry down, but do you actually know? Did you study that?
Yeah.
Did you run a scientific experiment?
Yeah.
Do you know what the oil's doing?
Right.
Do you know the absorption rates? Like they know it all.
Yeah. So here's our fun AI core, right? AI core was just released at Bowl Expo. It was our big technical advancement. That core will now be added to our lineup for all the SPI brands in the future. So it looks like a golf ball.
Okay.
Like that's the shape. Yep. And we have this traveling AI core, like the bowlers can take a look at it. And it's really the cover stock that literally looks like a golf ball. It has facets in it. And when we were talking to Alex and Hank and the guys were like, so what does this do, right? Like what does it do? And basically we proved it adds a strike to each game, like the potential for one extra strike.
Nice.
Which for an average bowler,
that's perfect.
That's amazing,
yeah.
Right? Because I don't have time. Like I have a full-time job. I'm traveling. I don't have time to practice as much as I want. But if I hear I can get a ball and I get one more strike a game, okay, sign me up.
Yeah, you at least got to try it.
Yeah, right? So, but that's the stuff they're testing and they're proving, and it's amazing.
And they're actually proving it.
Exactly, right.
That's...
Yeah, so when we were at Junior Gold, some of the parents would be like, well, what's the difference? And I'm like, it's an extra strike game. They're like, okay.
Yeah, deal.
Sign me up. So, anyway, we got some fans in the chat. David Doom again. Good morning. I know Avery bowled really great last weekend at PBA Junior Nationals, or the all the qualifiers that they had. So shout out to Miss Avery.
A good game by Dakota here for 227.
Great game.
Yeah.
Jeffrey 197. I'll take that.
Riley had a
one
five-bagger.
Yeah, he
now,
did.
Riley's missed 2 single pins this game. I don't want him to miss this one. Get to 200. It was a great five-bagger.
Yeah, right? Wyatt had a good game, too, 193. Any of those games I'd take right now. Oh,
no way.
Riley.
He thought he had it.
Man. Riley needs to shake this game off. 193. Just had some holes.
Yeah, I did the ball review on the clone, and I tested it up against an exotic gym. And it's kind of hard in a video to explain the difference between a clone and an exotic gym. Because in the video, the exotic gym hooked less.
Okay.
And it would like 210,
right.
And it would come up light, and then in the same spot, the clone would get back.
Okay.
And that's kind of the difference. The clone's just more angular. The exotic gym has a stronger core, so it rolls out more.
Right.
But in the video, it's easy for me to make the exotic look bad because it's splitting and the clone's getting there.
Right.
So I'm like, well, maybe I'm making no one buy the exotic gym, but maybe someone will buy the clone instead. You know?
Yeah, right.
But the exotic gym's like one of our favorite balls. So, and I see Aiden over here throwing it on the right.
He loves that ball too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's the pearlized ASIM ball that we threw the most on tour this year.
Wow. All right, there you go.
Because it's a little bit more controllable than a clone, but when you want something angular, the slow balls like the exotic and stuff, they're just never going to work.
Now, I know the Reality is a really favorite ball on the WBA tour, but how did the Reality match up out on the PBA tour?
So, not many people threw it,
Okay.
but most of the guys threw urethane,
Yeah, fair. So
and
that
it's a
kinda-
similar deal.
Right.
It's the Reality is so strong, kind of like the gym, that it actually rolls out a lot. That it has a similar roll to a urethane ball. So the guys were throwing similar bowling balls, or
Gotcha.
trying to create the similar shape. Just girls do it with a strong asymmetric, and guys just put 600 revs on a urethane.
Makes sense.
But they're trying to see the lane the same way.
Absolutely. Makes sense. All right, Brad, we're going to take a short break, and then I think Kyle's going to come back game 4, but if you and Kyle want to finish it off in
Game
game
5? Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe we'll have some scores. Maybe we'll be able to
Watch.
do some stuff. So, yeah, go
Okay.
go explore, and we will be right back. We're going to take a short break until our next bowlers get here.
Yep.
All right, we're back, and I got half of a Matt Orvis. Scoot closer. All right, Matt.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the live stream booth at the SYC.
Oh, this is amazing.
It's fun, right? Well, first of all, I want to thank you for hosting the SYC Wisconsin this weekend at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. We love it here.
Well, we absolutely love having you guys. It's been a great experience, and I mean, think it's been like 2.5 years we've been working on this.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Yeah, and you're
finally.
like, finally. Yeah, so you wanted us to come. We wanted to come. We're like, okay, how can we make this all come together to make it happen? Because you guys are busy.
Yeah.
You host a lot of events.
We do. We just had the Senior Nationals 2 weeks ago. We're getting ready. We have the Queens coming in May, and we have the Wisconsin High School State coming in March. So always something going on, but, man, it keeps everything exciting.
Yeah, and Green Bay's a great area. So.
Oh, yeah. The people here just love bowlers. Like, there are 5 bowling centers in Green Bay, from 60 down to 12 lanes. So, I mean, we've got a little something for everybody, and people know bowling in this area, and the fans absolutely love coming out.
I love it. So you've hosted so many great events over the years. I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you play favorites? What's your favorite event that you've ever hosted here?
Oh, boy.
Or like a favorite moment, like a, favorite TV show or something?
I think the 2015 Masters will always stand out as that was our first event. Like, that was our first big event. And you had Belmo and Pete Weber in the finals, and there was just controversy. And it was just, everything leading up to it. And that one's always going to be a special one in my heart. But ultimately, when we have the PWBA events, like, I just like having the ladies here. And I've got so many friends that I've met now, and I keep in touch with a number of them. So, the ladies always have a really special spot in my heart. So
I like it. Way to play even across the board.
you
can't play favorites.
I can't just pick one.
I think having that TV show was cool though. So so in your free time, because you run this bowling center, right?
Yep.
You and your brother.
Yep.
You're here a lot, but in your free time, you also volunteer for the local stuff. You are on the National Youth Committee.
Yep.
When do you sleep? Do you sleep?
Oh yeah. I've got a really good staff here and a great partner in bowling.
Cody's going.
Yeah.
They gave me 8. Can I keep it? No.
So I've got a great people behind me. I have a great wife that allows me to do my things, and we've got a great relationship, and she does some of her volunteering and I do mine, and it just really works together well.
That's great.
And I love serving on all the different boards I'm on, the local, USBC, the state proprietors, and the national youth. All of them have their own little thing that I really like about them, and it's just fun to nationally see the scholarship. You've been on the committee. You know what it's all about.
Oh, that one's fantastic. When you spend your time reading all these essays. This should be the official announcement to all the parents watching, though. There are scholarships available through the National USBC for your children that are not based on bowling, by the way.
Yeah.
They are. They are based on bowling. You have to be a bowler. And there's different ones. Like, sometimes they're about your success on the lanes. Sometimes they're about other things. So go apply, right?
Absolutely. I know, in Wisconsin, there are so many by the state USBC, local, the proprietor. There are so many scholarships. It's unbelievable as what is available for these youth bowlers right now. I think I printed off the pack last year for our juniors and seniors, and there was 10 pages of just different things, and it was just what's out there is just crazy.
It is. Yes. I'm glad I brought you down here. This is the first time the lanes have done anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just watching here. Oh, we got Austin here. He'll take good care of it.
Yeah, I'm literally nothing has gone wrong on this trip here. in what game are we on? 13?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we did have something cool happen last game. I do want to introduce the bowlers on this pair. We have Joseph. Does Joseph go by just Joseph? What's his last name? Joseph. I don't know. Okay. We'll see when he's up. He might have a name shirt on. Christian Garcia.
Yep, Christian's from this area.
Okay. And then Connor Ness.
Yep, also from this area.
Nice.
Yeah.
Garrett Johnson. Is he from this area?
Nope, not from this area.
Dang.
Not that I know of, nope.
Yeah. Cody Gale. I think that's right. And then Carson Carroll. So those are the bowlers you'll be watching this game on the main camera live stream pair. And we had a 300 last game.
We did. First one of the weekend.
Are you excited?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you were a little worried.
I was on the way down here, so I didn't get to see it, and I know scores have been challenging.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't think it's you. I think it's just a combination of fun topography. You know, it happens.
And these patterns are
brutal.
They're tough.
Yeah, they are tough, and so you would have inside information if anyone would.
Oh boy.
The gutters didn't play on the short pattern. Is that true to this house?
Well, you know, it's interesting because in January we had all of our lanes leveled. So we had a company come in and took every lane apart, put it back together, leveled. So there's not a lot of new research as to a lot of some of the lane play, because obviously you don't put a 35 foot out pattern every day. Like nobody does that.
Right.
So to see if the gutters were in play or not, they used to be.
Yeah.
With the leveling, they might be a little more challenging.
Right. You know, it would have been funny. There was a bowler, Carter Street. He's now in college. He bowls at Wichita State, and he's a total bowling, like, he knows if he's going to a center, he will look up any of the past topography maps, right? So I'm wondering if he had been bowling in this tournament and he came in with that topography map, I would have been like, go talk to Matt, because it might be a little different than the last time that those got mapped, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we have not gotten the topography done since the lane leveling.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had the guys that were here with their durometers, or not durometer, their dialometers, and
yeah.
So, but we have not seen the actual pictures yet.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's coming with us having the Queens in May.
Absolutely.
That USBC will be in here doing that to see exactly what is all happening. But
yeah, they give little books. It's really fun. I love that.
I've got a couple binders. I've got it on my email. It really is neat how they show all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, we've had over the years some of these events that some of the bowlers have asked me for the information, and
yeah,
they seem to really appreciate the fact that it's there, and the knowledge they have behind it is crazy. Like it makes a big difference on the lanes.
Yeah. All right, so Camden shot 300 on lanes 57 and 58, so the patterns obviously weren't too brutal for him. We have the video. Sweet. I'm going to play it, and then we'll come back. So you do get to watch it.
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so he shot at the high end.
Yep. So I mean, that end always was playing a little tighter in our building. So we actually have a 3-phase building. So we have 3 bowling centers in one. So it really kind of was making a difference. It seems like since the leveling, things have leveled out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we do have our lanes we're putting in 2000, so they are a little bit older.
Sure.
But all indications are that they're holding up very well.
That's great.
Yeah, there's no need to really worry about them at this point.
That's fantastic.
But you can see this pattern, I believe, is 45 feet?
45 feet, yes.
You can see how deep he was inside.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
The guys that are the people that are in deep seem to be having some success this morning, and the ones that are kind of outside battling are not having a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Keegan Alexander started on this pair. He was the leader going into today. And he just kept getting deeper the entire game. He wasn't really striking all that much, but he just was deep and deep and deep and getting deeper. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's what it's going to be like today. So I like
We've seen a lot of surface
Yeah.
go down the lane.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen the girls yet, so I'm interested to see what their look looks like. I heard that Gianna had a good start.
Yeah, I
and
think
Abby
she
had a
started
good
with
start.
265 or something the
Okay.
first game.
Yeah. Oh, I
I
could
didn't,
look up
I didn't really
scores.
see where she was playing, where I was positioned, but her mom seemed happy, so she was relaxed, which is good.
Yeah, let's look up. This is my rule. It's a little early to look up scores because Leanne and Terry are usually going through at
Yep.
this point to put scores in. But we can. We'll see what's going on. Let's see, Long. Yeah, see, we're still missing. We're missing a big chunk, but it looks like Keegan's pair might have been put in. Oh no, he hasn't. All right, so we're missing some scores in the U18. So I'm gonna wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We will come back to the score update. Stay tuned. Don't leave us. All right, I had another question for you, but I forgot.
Oh, well.
They'll come back.
I know it's exciting that we have, I think I was talking to Leanne this morning, we have 23 states here.
Oh, I haven't heard that stat. Okay,
Yeah.
23 states.
23, we have like one competitor from Alaska.
That's amazing. I love that.
And Oregon, and yeah, it was.
There's Idaho here.
Yep.
Yeah, so you
I
really
think
are.
down to Florida and then Texas, and yeah, it's really neat to see all these all the kids here, and I think there was 83 brand new competitors to the SYC,
which is amazing. And we really haven't ever, when we talked to you about bringing the SYC here, we've never quite made it this far north.
Mm-hmm.
And so exactly what we were hoping for. There are a lot of bowlers we've never seen before. Bowlers from Minnesota.
Yep.
Drove over Wisconsin. We haven't seen a lot of Wisconsin bowlers at the SYC, so this is great because there's so many bowlers, so many youth bowlers in this state. Now, August is always a weird month just for youth bowling.
Yep.
I mean, you just spent a few weeks at Junior Gold.
Yeah, a few days at Junior Gold, absolutely.
yeah, I know. But anyway, so some parents they're like, okay, we need a break.
Oh, yeah.
August is our break. So some bowlers that may have been bowling, they're not here this weekend. But
I mean, what some of these youth did, like you're at Junior Gold for 10 to 12, 14 days.
easily.
And then a lot of them headed right to Detroit for Teen Masters. And that was, I'm like, you guys are gone for 3 weeks straight. And
Yes.
I had some families here, and yeah, it was just, it's insane. Like,
I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was the Caruso family. So Ethan, his older brother, bowled the U20. So they were there for U20, and then Ethan came in to bowl the U18, and I'm not sure if he went to Teen Masters or not, but I was talking to his mom. I'm like, and luckily she can work remotely, but she was talking about how she was going to go back or she was deciding whether she was going to go back for a couple days or not. She wasn't really sure, but I was joking with her. I'm like, so you're basically changing your address to Indianapolis for a month, and that's what you're saying. But yeah, it's, and a lot of the families, like the Murray family, who have you see Dylan to the right of your screen. There's 4 children. So a lot of them find those extended stays,
Yep.
or the having a kitchen or something that they can cook some meals, or that's key for families.
yeah, I knew that in Indy there was a couple families that were all in Airbnbs
Yes.
and working together. And I was talking to the one family, and they had like the mom and the dad, and they had the son that was bowling, and then it was like their college coach and it's 7 people in this hotel room. And I was like, whoa. And they're like, yep, we all can afford to come then. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's what you do,
Yep.
right? You make it work. So
I mean, when I bowled in college, we had, 4 to 5 people in a room.
yeah,
and
oh yeah, same. Yeah, it was minimum 4.
Low
Yeah.
person always had to sleep on the floor. and-
Amen. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. College, good old college days.
It's been
These
a couple
kids will know
nights.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's really cool though, the families, you're seeing it, and you see it at, I'm sure, at the events that you guys run, the youth events here and Junior Gold. These families become such good friends that even when they may bring their children to the event, but the children are staying in like other hotel rooms and they're like hanging out with other their friends, and
that's what when I was in Indy for Junior Gold, I was just watching the camaraderie amongst the competitors, and
it's amazing, right?
It was so nice to see, and the bowlers were cheering each other on. And yes, you want to win, and yes, you want to, to beat the competitors. You want to be the best bowler out there, but when the day came to an end, and it was hanging out, and it was talking about what happened on the lanes, and it was really, really neat to see.
Yeah.
And I've seen, like, even here, I've gotten to know some families from Wisconsin area that are here this weekend, and to see mom and dad and to hang out and talk to them, and just it really is amazing to see the growth of all these families together. And I think the SYC does such a good job of creating the SYC families, and that really, I didn't really understand it until everybody came this weekend.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And it is like, you and Leanne know every single person that walks through that door. You're just like,
we try.
We're just,
yeah.
It's like a family reunion every month. And
yeah, it's and it's really fun because over the years, we really do try to get to know every family through check-in, or that's why we do the social activities, and we do try to talk to parents. And the SYC is never about, obviously we're so thankful to Bill and Barb at Storm for donating everything to make this happen, and it's the reason that it exists is because of Bill and Barb. And then Leanne and Gary created these events because we went to some of the bigger events and we're like, we don't get to know them. If we spend one day at Junior Gold at the trade show, it's also quick. We're spending 2 minutes with people. So we're like, we want more time to really get to know families. And so that's why we'll do some of the social activities here, and we want to get to know them, and we want to hear what they like and what they don't like. And what's really cool is, because we're always like, August, again, back to August, it's a little bittersweet, right? Because this is the first month that some of the kids have aged out.
Yep.
So we're like, and we're always kind of sad, but then there's all these new families that come in, and we're getting to know them, and we're like, oh my goodness, it's great. And I've been fighting for an SYC alumni tournament over the years. I'm like, I want the kid. I want to know what they're doing in college, right? Okay, anyone that's ever bowled in the SYC, here's one event every year, and come and bowl because I want to see you again.
Yeah.
And their parents, sometimes we'll see some parents we haven't seen in several years at a random event, and we're like, oh my gosh, what are they doing now? And some have graduated already, and I'm like, is that possible? Started in 2017. I'm doing the math. Started in 2017. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's scary when you start doing the math. I'll be here 21 years in 2 weeks.
How's that feel?
Yeah. Half my life I've spent here.
Yeah, right?
And the kids that I started coaching my very first year here now have kids that are in our prep division.
Oh.
And that was when I went,
Full circle, right?
Yeah. And the kids that we're hiring here, I was 10 years out of high school when you were born. And
yeah.
But it's so much fun. The bowling industry is, as a whole, is just, it's awesome.
It really is, yeah. And you do make friends. We've talked about it all weekend. It's
Well, and it's funny, you and I met 8 years ago.
Yeah. Which
in this building.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we like this building. Good things happen in this building.
Leanne loves bowling here.
Yeah.
She's had 3 great tournaments here.
Yeah.
And,
I got my job in this building. Well, not technically not in this building, but the conversation started in this building. So
that was during the Masters, right?
Queens.
Oh, was it Queens?
Yeah, I bowled that Queens. I did not bowl good. The best thing that happened was I got a job. Trust me. But yeah, it was funny. Leanne and I were talking about that when we were driving here, because that was a crazy year. The PWBA was just starting back up, and this was the first event.
Yeah. Nobody really knew, I think anybody knew like who was going to show up or
Oh, no.
how many people were going to show up.
No
and,
one knew. Yeah.
And like they
yeah.
came out of the woodwork. It was.
Well, it was really exciting. That was just a really exciting time because, these kids don't even remember now. Because when I graduated from college in 2013, right, there was no women's tour.
Yep.
Nothing. There was nothing.
I think the ladies had the Queens was about
it. Yeah, that's it. And so you were deciding, okay, do I go bowl Queens? So I actually quit bowling right after college, and I went and got a job, and I wasn't working in bowling, but it was, I remember we bowled the Hoosier, the big college tournament, right? You walk out on the lanes, and you're looking around at all the seniors that you've seen, because they have all the seniors walk out that morning, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, I've been bowling against these people for 4 years. I know everybody. I know everyone standing at this foul line, right? Like, you may not know their name, but you know their face, and we, all of us were like, there's nothing next, right? There's nothing to do next. So it is important that the PWBA came back. And I remember when that press release came out, and I was so excited. We, Mary Tang now and we drove to Wisconsin and bowled it, and it was so exciting. And everyone was like, yeah, we're going to be members. There's so much buzz. And now I look at these kids and take Ellie Kate, right? Let's take her for example, or any of the girls in the U12, Taylor Morgan, all these girls. They aspire to be PWBA players, and it's so cool because that just shout out to the USBC for bringing that back, and shout out to you for making it the first tournament.
And I said that's kind of why the girls, I think, are always going to have a special spot in my heart. Just things got relaunched here, and
and you guys took care of us. I mean, and that's the one thing I will say. You're doing that to the families this weekend. You do that to every tournament that comes through here. I mean, you are part of the team. You're part of whatever tournament team is here. You want them to have a good experience too.
It's. I mean, I always think it's not hard. You just treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
If somebody needs something, you get it for them. If Leanne and Blair need extra coffee in the morning, you just make sure that you tell Blair where the coffee is.
Yeah, thank you. I do need to go grab a cup after this game. Yeah, that's funny. No,
it's just, we always, and on our business side too, we talk about just creating the experiences.
Yeah.
And you and I had a really, I think, great conversation yesterday about
100%.
Junior Gold.
Yeah.
And just the experience behind what these kids, from the trade show to the party in the park and the opening ceremony and the bowling, and it's more than just the tournament. It's
totally
everything behind
is.
the tournament that make the experience whole.
Yes.
And it's the people that got to go to Lambeau last night for the preseason game.
They're
or
so
the
happy.
Tours.
Yeah. I mean, Brad and Kyle are walking around with cheese heads on today. I have a picture for you too.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You guys do it right. So we appreciate you allowing us to come in this weekend. And
well, obviously, what do you guys do for the junior? Not a junior, the junior bowlers, but for everybody in the industry is top notch. And I mean, I think we've got a great friendship that we've developed, and
because of bowling.
No, it's all because of this.
I know, I love it.
It stems back to when my wife and I got married, and we were at our rehearsal dinner, and every person that we brought up was like, oh, I knew this person, they used to work for me, or they're from my collegiate bowling team. I had one of, somebody stood up, and every single guy besides my brother-in-law and my brothers, which I guess you can really say my brothers because of bowling too, because I work side by side with my youngest brother every day of my life.
That's great.
Every single person in that wedding party was because of the sport of bowling. I met my wife in this building.
Yeah, I love that.
She's not a bowler, but we met in the bowling alley.
Right.
So it's just bowling has such a great spot in my life and my heart that I mean, I'd love to give back and help any individual, and
Well, you do. I mean, I think you do that, and we're lucky to have you in the sport for sure. I mean, absolutely. I told Leanne, I'm like, I'm so excited to go see Matt. like we were excited to come here, but we were excited to see you too. And it's anyone that, if you're ever considering to come, or if you're ever thinking about coming to Green Bay, come. Don't just think.
Yeah.
Come.
It's not cold every day.
No,
I mean, it's
the
90
weather has been amazing.
It's 90 degrees a day.
I appreciate you calling Mother Nature and making sure that you had a 70 degree night at the park on Friday.
Yeah, that was good.
That was fantastic. Yeah, we're all talking about moving here until the snow hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you remember February of 15?
Oh, yeah, no. Brad and Kyle do.
Oh, yeah.
They remember.
Brad was talking about that, I think, during their Q&A about how it was 20 below. And I'm like, yeah, we had to go to Home Depot and get space heaters for the PBA truck because all the equipment was freezing. And, yeah.
So have you ever been to one of those Packers games when it's, like, snowing sideways?
Yes. I actually went to the NFC Championship game against the Giants where my beverage froze underneath my seat. And then I did go to the San Francisco game a couple years ago in the playoffs when, like, the Weather Channel was outside, but it was going to be so cold. And you get in Lambeau and it's, if the wind's not blowing at you, you got 18 layers on and you got 36 hand warmers.
It's tolerable.
You bring your cardboard to stand on so your feet don't get cold. I mean, everybody kind of knows the little tricks.
Cardboard. I would have never thought of that.
You bring your own seat so you're not sitting on the cold bleacher.
Yeah.
And, it's not that bad.
Huh. Well, spoken like a true person from Wisconsin.
I mean, we sit on buckets on the lake and fish too. So I mean.
Oh my goodness. Oh hey, I did make this special for. I can't believe I didn't go to this slide. Look, I have a cheese slide.
Oh.
I forgot. I thought I wasted the whole game while you're here. Cheese. We had a nice discussion about cheese curds last night.
Yeah.
And squeaky cheese.
Squeaky cheese curds. Yes. I was gonna stop this morning, but I didn't get going early enough.
Well, you were here pretty early, so Mr. Garrett Johnson here. He unfortunately just missed that spare, but he has a good game going.
Yeah, we had a couple of them that got a couple runs here, and
yeah, that's what we've been seeing down here. Is they get on a little run and kind of like low 2.0s. We've had a 220, no 300.
I would think at this point the lane should start to open up a little bit, depending on where the play was, but.
Yeah, I was actually expecting that too, and I'm not sure. We haven't had any girls down here yet, so they don't really have a bump to the right. But I don't know. Dawson Peterson to the left of us has a pretty good game. We had a lot of clean games down here.
Well, and then what I hear Keegan?
Yeah, 65. Well, yeah.
First block was clean.
50 frames. He went to, I think he told me frame 64 was when his first open was.
Man.
And apparently Leanne jinxed him. It was not Blair this time. Leanne was the jinx. Usually I am clouding people in the live stream. I take that. I take that responsibility. Oh, so my dad is texting me. So
Dan, I'm busy.
I know, right? No, this is a Wisconsin question.
Oh.
So yesterday, he's in the chat, right? And because he pops in every once in a while. My dad's a foodie.
I like him already.
Yes, but he has heard of this cannibal sandwich.
Oh, yeah. It's a real thing.
Okay, so he sent me a picture of this thing. What on earth are you guys doing here?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of them. And I mean, I like my steak medium rare. So, I mean, I am a, but yeah.
It's like raw meat.
It is raw ground chuck, I think, or something. Whatever the high end ground beef. And you slap an onion with some salt and pepper, and you eat it on rye bread.
I'm questioning my Wisconsin food. As much as I enjoyed all the food I ate yesterday, which, by the way, your menu is phenomenal. I would bowl league here, and I would eat all the time. And the parents ate.
Yes, the parents ate. Well,
yeah. We know for next time. Parents, you
There's
shocked
a note.
us.
There's a note in the Google Doc that says, "Prepare for lunch."
You really did shock us yesterday. For any parents that are listening and maybe had a little wait at lunch, we had the most. I believe, honestly, we had the most families stay for lunch ever in SYC history, which is just kudos to your staff and the food here of being just fantastic.
You had a bunch of parents. They sat in the patio that's out there, and they were just soaking in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this. This is all right.
Yeah. So if you are listening, we will prepare for next time.
I apologize. They put me in the kitchen and you know, if I'm in the kitchen, things are busy. So
I don't think you need to apologize. I think the menu is just awesome. But I don't know about this cannibal sandwich. I'm questioning.
Like I said, I'm not a thing for me. So don't feel bad there.
Okay, good. Everything else, I'll take the fried cheese curds any day.
And we had a few of those last night,
Yep.
and a few of those yesterday afternoon.
Definitely have got my cheese curd fill. I believe I'll be paying for it this week, but that's fine.
I'm really thinking though, on your way to the airport, you got to stop and find some squeaky cheese curds.
Okay,
somewhere.
well we'll find some. I think we could manage that. I hear the Green Bay airport's a little tiny, so
yeah, that's not large.
yeah, it's all right.
But
It's good. I like it. I like
it's quaint.
yeah, it's great. But shout out to Discover Green Bay. You have a great contact there.
Oh yeah. Yes. I know Joel was out here earlier today for the awards, and they do so much to get event not only bowling events. I mean, obviously that's where I know the most. But,
Right.
Joel came to Junior Gold while I was there, and he was heading from Junior Gold to somewhere in Michigan, and I can't remember, to go to like a jugglers convention and then the National Horseshoes.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, man, you're just all over, and they're always helping this area. And obviously, for those that do or don't know, the draft is now coming, the NFL draft in 2025.
You guys are busy. I'll tell you what.
I'm really hoping to get out of town that week because it's gonna be.
You should Airbnb your house.
Yeah, there's things involved with that I'm not really sure I want to get going on, but
yeah, that's fair.
yeah. I mean, we're excited. There's been a big push for the draft for a couple of years now, and we really thought we were going to get it in 24, and then but now 25, here it is.
Yeah. Well,
and it's going to be about 12 degrees outside and probably a foot of snow, and
it'll be good for TV.
It'll be great.
Yeah, you'll see all these people freezing. All the college grads, or not even grads. They get younger and younger every year in the draft, I swear. But anyway, so funny. They Discover Green Bay did a great job finding hotel rooms, and
yeah, Joel and
there's
Patty,
a Packers game.
Yeah, there was a home Packer game last night, but they reached out to a number of hotels.
Yeah.
And the hotels, I mean, let's give it up for them too that they gave up, a few
dollars,
a few dollars and a few rooms for each hotel, just to be able to host the families, and
yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
You guys were great to work with. Everyone here, it's great, and everyone's so friendly. I don't know. That's what we feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about Green
yeah,
Bay.
I think one of the best comments I ever heard in any of the events was, and I think it was the 15 Queens, and a mom looked at me, or a mom, I'm assuming it was her mom, but she looked at me and she goes, everybody here is friendly. And I said, yeah. And she goes, people ask you how you are, and they mean it. And I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to mean that? If you ask somebody, how are you, don't you mean what you? She's like, oh, just people just act differently. And I was like, well, that's good. I like that.
Do you know what's funny about that comment is the Europeans that come over and bowl on the PBA tour, they always complain about that with Americans. Like, hi, how are you? And then they continue walking, and the European is like, I just asked how I am, and you continued on. Like it's part of a greeting or something. He's like, when I ask you how you are, stop and let me tell you, or tell me how you are, right? So I think you're right, though. You guys do care. It's like, and I almost feel, when we got here, because we went. There's the shoe store next door.
Yep.
The Heel.
The Heel. Yep.
So I don't know if families have checked that out, but I just feel like there's still a lot of small businesses in Green Bay. Like,
Green Bay is very, when people come to Green Bay, they expect this big city.
Right.
The city of Green Bay has 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And we're blue collar.
Yeah.
Like it's paper mills, and it's just it's very homey. But yeah, people expect this big skyline, and Lambeau Field is our tallest building. The bridge, you can go there and you can see the entire city from the Leo Frigo Bridge, and people are just baffled when they come in.
Right.
I think you think of we have an NFL team. We got to be big, right?
No. Yeah. Well, and we drove over there, and the neighborhood is so cool. I just love. Yeah, Green Bay is awesome. All right, we're coming down to the end of the game. You survived a game on the live stream.
Perfect.
You did it.
I mean, it was pretty rough. But
I know.
it got me away from the having responsibility for a full game. That was nice.
Yeah, you're gonna walk outside and. Yeah. Joseph shot 210 on this pair. We had Garrett Johnson 202. I don't think he was happy with that because of the 9th frame.
Yeah.
But 202 still. Connor 189. But yeah, the scores are not as high as I thought they'd be.
Camden followed his 300 up with a 216. It looks like.
There he is. Good job, Camden.
So.
All right. Well, we do have to let you get back to work, unfortunately.
All right. Well, once again, I appreciate you guys being here. It's been a great weekend. A lot of fun. Looking forward to
the next time.
25.
I know that's what we're hinting at. We do believe we're coming back to Green Bay for anyone listening. The SYC schedule for 2024, we are planning on announcing on September 1st. So we're excited. We're excited to announce those cities. We're excited to come back to Green Bay. All of the I will tell you, all of the families have said this is a fantastic facility. So.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean it's great. You guys, I said it earlier. Do it right. Do it right in Green Bay.
It's a great area.
Yeah. Mr. Landon Jordan. I just noticed we had Landon. Landon's like under the radar. 227 over there. Just squeaking along. A little 6-bagger to end of the game. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I'm a once a week bowler in my handicap league, and past my prime. I bowled the Masters once. That's all I needed to do. Yeah,
right? I mean, these kids, we were joking earlier. I go, because Terry was like, I would love to be in come in 5th in this tournament or 6th. I'm like, man, I'm looking at the last page and going, I'd be here. Yeah. I'd be around here. So,
the ability of these athletes is amazing. So
yeah, it's fantastic. And then if it's their, the one cool thing about this tournament is it may be someone's first tournament, and it may be someone who's bowled a lot, and that's why we do make the patterns challenging but playable. That short pattern was hard. I will tell you guys that short pattern was hard, but
it's getting out of the oiler tomorrow. You can't touch that pattern anymore.
You're like, we're done. All right. Thanks again for joining us,
Absolutely.
Matt. Good luck with everything.
2 games to go.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you in 2 games.
All right. Sounds good. Have fun.
We will be right back. All right, we're back, and I am joined by Kyle Sherman. Kyle, welcome to the booth again.
Thank you, Blair. Thanks for having us.
So you've been vlogging. That's where you've been.
We've been, we've been trying to get coverage here. This tournament, we're coming down to the wire. Only a few games left here. This is game 4. So
it is.
This and one more to determine the champions here, both on this individual block, but the overall. So we're trying to get coverage of the kids. You know, there's a little more emotion getting involved now. They want it a little bit more. The finish line, they can see it, and it's just this is what it's all about when it comes down to the wire here. It's just it's a lot of fun, a lot of exciting content for us. So we missed the 300 though.
Yeah, I have the 300. I can send you the video.
Oh,
yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that. It was
can have a little interview with him and add in the 300.
We did interview him
okay,
afterwards.
Cool. What do you was that his first 300?
You know, I'm not a good interviewer. I didn't ask that, but we did determine that he is the comeback player of the year because the first game he shot 130.
Oh wow!
And then turns around and over doubles his score and shoots 300. So
wow.
It was Camden, right?
Yeah, Camden Harris.
Yeah, Camden Harris. So Camden Harris.
He's going to be around here. He might be to the left.
Yeah,
of us.
He's going to be close. He was just on, I believe, 3 and 4 the last game. So
yeah,
he might be a little to the right of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool. That's the only 300 shot so far this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Remember that short pattern?
Yeah.
The kids are trying to forget
That's
it.
That's true. They are. Every time I come up to talk to someone, hey, how you doing? Well, better because that short pattern.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just asking Matt. I go, so what on earth? The gutters didn't play on the short pattern. He goes, yeah, our lanes got leveled in January, and they haven't had a topography map since then. And he's like, it's probably the first time we've laid out a short pattern since they've been leveled. So it was really interesting to watch.
Yeah, it was. You definitely had to use a lot of tricks, utilize a lot of skills, and it just wasn't. There wasn't anything free out there.
No,
nothing free.
Yeah.
So everything was earned. Yeah, and shout out to Keegan, right? He was the one that absolutely dominated that short pattern.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was. So. He set the lowest scoring average. He kind of blew that out of the water because he just figured it out, which sometimes will happen.
Gave him when you have this many talented players, that's the thing. No matter how difficult the pattern is. And this is something we see on tour, you may think it's impossible, but when you put this many good bowlers in a field, someone's going to kill it.
Yes.
Someone is always going to find it because everyone throws it so uniquely that someone's going to match up really, really well. So that's kind of what we were following. I didn't get to see the final scores of the last game, but there's a little bit of a match going on between Keegan and Landon.
Oh, well, Landon just finished 227 over here.
Oh, did he? Because
he did.
I believe he picked up about 100 pins on Keegan. So I think the lead dwindled to about 50 or 60 after the first 2 games. So it just shows you there's no lead that's ever safe.
Yeah.
It can you have a couple bad games and your opponent shoots a couple good games. That 100 pin lead can dwindle very, very quickly. So
here's Mr. Camden.
Yeah, we have Camden here on lane 9.
You know, so you talked about Camden bowling 130 and then 300. The other interesting thing about Sunday morning, and I'm not sure how Camden is doing overall, but the PBA Never Give Up scholarship isn't in play today. I don't know if you heard Leanne announce that this morning, but the top bowler on the long today will win a bonus scholarship from the PBA.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so sometimes what happens is it's a kid that has had a really rough tournament, and they just do well on the long pattern, and they get a little bonus scholarship.
That is awesome. You know, you guys think of everything at these SYC events. I'm so impressed by how you guys have run this and everything you think about, and it truly is a gift to these young bowlers out here. So
yeah, I mean, well, and they wouldn't be possible if the parents didn't support it and the kids supported it. So, and Bill and Barb, they support it through Storm, and Gary and Leanne have worked really hard on creating the whole event. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Being able to see this firsthand, it's doing so much good for the sport. So you guys should definitely be proud of yourselves.
We appreciate that. Mr. Winston here, he said he was going to shoot 300.
Well,
Winston.
It's hard to shoot 300 when you don't get the first one. I tell you that. I've never done it. Never seen anyone do it.
Yeah, but Winston's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
really nice.
I admire the confidence.
Yeah,
You got to come in thinking you're going to bowl good every time. So
absolutely. I'm going to try to pull up some bios, see where some of these kids are from. Of course, Mr. Winston did not fill out a bio.
yeah, it looks like overall this long pattern is playing a little more scoreable than the other two patterns, which I'm sure the kids are feeling a little sigh of relief.
Yeah,
that they're
right?
throwing a few more strikes, a little less spare shots. I was watching some of the ladies down there. Gianna is, this is the first time I've ever seen her bowl. This
Good,
weekend.
right?
Oh my God, she just, I mean, yeah, it's just extremely impressive to watch her. Her just ability to repeat shots is impressive. You know, a lot of young kids throw the ball really well, but when you start trying to become a better bowler and start learning, it's really about consistency. So yeah, we want to generate a ton of power, but we need to put it in the same place and repeat and stay stable at the line. And oh wow, that pin almost stood back up on lane 7.
It did. Kaden would not have been happy, I don't think.
No, but anyway, yeah, when you watch her bowl, she has such a solid foundation to her game, and swing just comes through. She's upper body's super stable, lower body's stable. It's fun to watch. I kind of got caught just watching. I'm like, I'm trying to pick up some tips because she does everything so well. I'm like, oh, she does this, and this. So.
Do you know what's really funny about what you just said? So first of all, thank you for being here this weekend, both you and Brad. You know, you guys were volunteering your time to come and hang out with the kids, which we love. And we have players come throughout the weekends when the tour allows, right? Because sometimes you guys are, bowling.
Yeah, we're just bowling. Yeah, that whole bowling thing.
It gets in the way of hanging out with the kids
Right.
and their families. But Norm Duke came and worked an event one time, and he was in the live stream booth, and Jillian Martin was bowling because she was still a youth bowler. And Norm goes, Blair, can you video her? He goes, she's doing something I used to do. And I haven't been able to do it, and I need a video of. I'm like,
exactly.
I told Jillian, I go, Norm just wanted a video of your bowling because he needs to duplicate something.
He needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to do it. No, you see that in a lot of these kids. They're just it's so awesome to see the plethora of styles that is happening here and the uniqueness. And then you watch some of these kids; they're so talented. And you're like, oh wow. That's just raw talent.
Right.
You know, they're only 15, 16. Like, they've worked on their games, but there's definitely a talent aspect and a uniqueness in styles. And
yeah, especially even in the U12. Like, you see some of the U12 bowlers, and you're like, oh, my God, this kid is 9.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that at 9 years old? Like, holy cow.
Yeah. We always joke, like, the U15, some of them are, like, college ready. And we're like, you have 4 more years.
Oh, the kids these days are coming out of college. They're going into college with such better mental games than I can ever remember. Like, he's down there. And like we were bowling when I was growing up bowling, man, there were so many more kids getting mad. I was one of them. And just frustration and not really having that professional mentality. And now when I go bowl these amateur tournaments and there's 15 years old to anywhere to 20 years old, these kids are hard to beat.
Yes.
They're robots. They repeat their shots. They don't let the highs get too high, the lows get too low. There's so much more mature at a younger age than I ever recall a lot of my fellow bowlers being, which is just so cool to see.
Totally. Yeah, and that's why sometimes you'll see the mental game, the fundamentals, right? That's why on the banners, which you can see on the live stream, there are multiple badges on some of those banners. That means they've won multiple SYCs. And SYCs are always total pins. So like Gianna, for example, there's a yellow banner down in the middle. That means she's won 10 SYC titles.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, right? And she doesn't bowl every event. Like, because the other thing that's unique about the SYC tour is we are a tour. We travel the country, but we don't award any year-end awards. So there's no player of the year. There's no, like, average, none of that, because they're still kids And we
Right.
understand it's an expense to travel across the country.
Right.
So we don't, like, it's okay if you miss an SYC, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if you can't afford to go to every single one, or if, something comes up and you have a family commitment or there's something else.
Life.
Right?
Yeah.
That little.
That whole thing outside of bowling. For
Hey,
sure.
Is there life outside of bowling? I'm just kidding.
There is. I've heard about it.
Oh,
Yet to
man.
experience.
Yeah, agreed. Winston did not like that off his hand.
He did not.
No. So Travis looks like he likes this pair. Travis Talk.
Yeah, Travis is having some success so far. Again, the 7 and 8 pair just seems like it's just overall generally lower scoring than some of the other pairs.
It is. Today it looks a little tighter.
Yeah, it feels like it's been tight all
Yeah.
week. Like the kids come in this pair and they'll float some shots out to the right that don't look like they're too far out of bounds. They're kind of in a playable area and it just never gets up to the head pin. So there's definitely something going on.
I'm glad that's a live stream pair.
Yeah, right? Way to pick it.
Well-
God forbid we pick 57 and 58 where 300s are being shot.
Well, technically the Ethernet cord picks the pair.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Technically.
100. The internet supply always picks the live stream pair.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
So sorry kids.
That's all right.
Yeah, so
It's not all sunshine and rainbows out here.
well, speaking of sunshine and rainbows, David Dumigan, whose daughter Avery is another one that you'll see on the PWBA tour soon. They're waiting out Hurricane Hillary to hit in San Diego.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Hoping
Yes.
nothing is too damaging today.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers are out there. I was just talking to someone else that was being affected by the storm where they were going to travel somewhere and now it's bunkered down and they don't get too many hurricanes.
I think it's like either unprecedented or like in many, many years there's not been I just had a fly.
Blair's a little discombobulated in the booth right now.
Literally a fly just flew into my face. I mean, it's been the weirdest morning. I just have to say, like, we just had Matt sit in the booth for a game. We haven't had this pair have any issues in 2 days, and he sat down and there was a lane breakdown.
Of course. He's the cloud. Travis with another strike there on lane 8 to capture the double.
Oh man.
But yeah, Hurricane Hillary, wasn't it supposed? I don't keep up with the news a whole lot.
Yeah, I missed this one too.
But I saw it a couple days ago. But I thought it was going to be a little off the coast.
That's what I thought.
So I wonder if it changed course and is coming more inland. But
It must.
that's crazy.
We need
They pay too much money to live out in California to have hurricanes.
No kidding, right? Yeah. They don't need one more thing. They already have to worry about earthquakes. Those
True.
are scary. But
and wildfires, I guess.
oh yeah, those. Oh my goodness, yeah. Man, that Hawaii thing. I mean, okay, we're completely off topic.
We are
Benjamin,
so off topic.
Benjamin,
Speculating
good shot
on
there.
news out here.
Absolutely. Oh man, tough break for Frank. He looks like he keeps looking at his hand. He might have something going on,
Yeah.
which that's the worst.
It's either
feeling in the
he
world.
has something going on or it's an extreme veteran move. Where
Oh.
when you do something wrong, you look at some third party thing going on, or like a super veteran move is when you do something like that, you check the approaches. You're like, man, these are just a little sticky, I guess. Like it definitely wasn't me. It was these approaches going on. So
Can't be you.
yeah, when
Can't
that was
be you.
Norm Duke taught us that. Anytime you see him throw an awful shot on TV and he goes and checks that approach, he's just playing it off. He's just absolutely playing it off like it was something that affected him.
Well, there you go. There's your insider tip
There you
today
go.
from Kyle Sherman.
I can't sit in this booth too long. I'm going to divulge too many secrets.
Yeah.
Oh,
what a
great spare by
pickup.
Jordan over here.
Griffin Jordan. That is Landon's twin brother.
Okay.
Yep.
Twin?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes people do that a lot.
That I can see that. I can see why.
Yeah. So now I think that when I tell this story, Landon and Griffin both work really, really, really hard at their game. They both do. They're
And you can
phenomenal
tell.
players, right?
Yeah.
Their dad, Tony's a great coach. Their I can't say enough good things about their family. Now, I have been told by Tony, Jordan, their dad, by their mom, Christina, by people that know them, Griffin works a little harder than Landon.
Oh, yeah?
He does. He just hasn't quite. I mean, he has an SYC title. He maybe doesn't have as much success as quick as Landon has had. And I kind of relate them to maybe Mikey and Darren Ting, right? Where Mikey,
I was thinking about that too.
Mikey was like the one who had all the success when they were young, and now Darren's like, always been the little worker. So no dig at Mikey.
No dig at Mikey. Oh no, and Mikey's game's just flashier. That definitely pulls into consideration. I mean, Mikey, especially at a young age, shot the 300 when he was like 2 years old or whatever he did, and was on the news and just had an unbelievable talent. And not to say, obviously Darren is too.
Right.
But his game's just not as flashy.
Right.
He doesn't hit it as hard. The backswing wasn't as crazy. Mikey just had this super athletic move that just makes you really want to watch. But then Darren is a silent assassin. I mean, you watch him, and I've done this so many times where I'm like, oh yeah, he's hitting the pocket, he's around there, and then you go, hey Darren, how'd you do? I averaged like 235 today, and kind of did this. And he never gets too excited, blah blah blah. And you're like, well, I went negative, so so both great bowlers, both great guys. We love them to death.
Yeah, so it's fun, and it's fun to watch siblings. Like we have another sibling group, the Gordon brothers.
My two PBA league teammates right there.
Oh yeah.
We got the full tank. We have such a
that.
great team this year. This is probably the most excited I've been to be on a team because I have all my friends, like my actual friends, not just people that I bowl against. It's me, Mikey Tang, Darren Tang, Packy, and Marshall Kent. So, oh my God, we're gonna have so much fun.
And you're CDB's team, right?
Yeah, and then we got the greatest coach.
I do root for your team, by the way. I have to pick the team every year. Gary and I do like a little morning bolt team. I always root for you guys. I feel like I cloud you guys because I'm like I'm like the fan that won't leave.
I love Carolyn because she is the exact kind of person that I need behind me coaching. She gets you so locked in to where she's like, you're doing this right now. I'm like, yeah, I am, Carolyn. I'm doing this. I'm getting it. And if you're struggling, she just has full faith in you, and she just tells you to forget about it. And we're here right now, and she locks us in. So we're hoping to have some success this year, and really looking forward to the league.
When is the league?
It is going to be September 22nd through the 27th, I believe, the league finals.
Nice.
So we have a little qualifying portion that defines seeding, and then we start bowling some matches on TV, and then they're quick matches. Anything can happen. It's very short, it's very brief, very intense, but it's one of the most entertaining aspects of our sport.
Totally. Agreed.
At least spectator to watch. So.
Agreed.
Anyway, we got we're in the 8th frame here in the live stream pair. We got Travis still looking at a good game. He can punch out for 240. He's keeping it clean. He's throwing some doubles. He's grinding. He's picking his spares. That's what we love to see. We have Benjamin. He can bail this game out still for a good game. These guys seem to have found it late.
Yeah,
in this,
Winston's up here. He's on a double. He seems to have figured it out.
He's
maybe
playing the deep part of the lane. We need that. Oh my God! He just absolutely buries it for the triple, for the turkey triple. What am I saying?
Winston has really good touch.
Yes, he does.
I'm like watching. I'm like, wow, that was a really good shot.
Yeah.
Nice shot by Caden there.
Ooh, little trip 4.
He likes that. He's been working hard since the first frame.
That was Prather-esque right there.
You never know when you're going to a new pair. He split in the first frame, and ever since then, he's been clean.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to use those first couple frames. Just get lined up early.
Yeah. Frank looks like he's been struggling with which ball to throw. He's either had your veteran move or has some stuff going on with his hand. So he's having a little bit of struggle.
A lot of sorts.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking about Griffin. You just watch him on lane 9.
Oh, I have been. But I didn't even register that because they have the same last name.
But again, like you were saying with Mikey and Darren, right? Landon is a little flashier. Griffin just kind of gets it done.
Oh yeah, he's got it. Oh my, yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
And he's got a great game here. Started off with the turkey, picked that split that we caught out of the corner of our eye, and then followed it up with a double. So they're actually, and then we got Caden over here with the front 5. Gonna be on lane 9 on the right side of your screen.
Here's Travis, too. We've been talking about his game.
Yep, Travis has a potential for a good. It's got to shim a little bit. He's got to get lucky. Ooh, it's not what we want to see in the 9th.
Dang.
It's all right. You get 2 here. Move on. Punch it out for a little 200 game. Be all right.
Oh, we jinxed Caden. Throwing
We
an
did.
absolute. You like that ball?
You know,
It's
I
okay.
didn't.
It's okay.
And then.
Oh.
And then.
there's an and then.
And there's an and then. And then I hung around Stu too much. And that's all he was throwing. I'm like, first one I drilled, I kind of drilled it a little wonky. I'm like, Stu, man, I just don't like this ball. He's like, no, man, this is the ball. You have to throw it. So I drilled another one at the World Series, and it was awesome. It did the thing. Some balls just do the thing, and it did the thing where it got out there and just pile drived back and was going through the pins when nothing else kind of would. And I'm like, oh, all right, I got to give this. Good thing I gave this ball a second
look,
chance.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the absolute, the bowlers at Junior Gold this year, they have a big demo, and they got to test out the absolute, and a lot of them liked that ball. That was a favorite. DNA has been good for everyone, too, so.
Yeah, in the kind of ASIM shiny stuff, it was there was 3 really good options on tour this year with the Absolute, the Exotic Gem, and the Eternity. So you kind of saw some people just gravitated towards the Absolute, some the Eternity, some the Exotic Gem, but all good options. I was more of an Exotic Gem type guy, but yeah, I like them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones right now. Nice shot by Clark.
Yeah, it was solid. Clark's got a decent game going here. Opened in the 5th, but still looking pretty solid. And he's playing the right part of the lane. Right now, you need to be somewhere. You got to be left of 20. More likely 22 to 26 at the arrows, depending on your rev rate, and kind of using that 3-pin as a guide. So you're kind of angling towards the 3-pin, playing left. You don't want to get too far outside of that 3-pin. It's going to be hard to get your ball to come back unless you have slower speed. And you're wanting to play the hold here a little bit. So the people that can kind of play that deep line, get the ball out to around 10, it reads, and then just holds right there to the pocket, it's looking good. And then you see it's no shock, actually, that Camden had that 300 game. I know he's looking a little out of sorts this game.
Yeah.
But he was actually, I saw him a couple shots down there on 3 and 4, and he has a little slower ball speed. He gets it into the lane so well. He was able to create a little bit more room right. So the pattern already has built-in hold, and then he was able to create some room right. And when you got left and right, good things happen like a 300 game. So
Yeah, that's what you like to see.
Oh, yeah. I just want one of them. Half time, I feel like I have neither.
Yeah. Scott's with you. He loves his absolute. It's the #1 ball out of his bag right now.
There you go.
Yeah, so absolute. Take a look. And we've been talking about it all day. I don't know why it keeps coming up, but I mean, I guess I do know why it keeps coming up because it's important. But bowling balls are, you build an arsenal. So sometimes, because kids will come to us and they'll say, man, I don't know what ball to add in my bag. And we're like, okay, well, what do you have, right? Like, what's missing? What do you feel like you don't have? Like, you know, we just released the Clone and Tour Dynamics on Friday. Awesome balls. But you might not be missing that shape in your bag right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of shapes.
Yeah.
And the one thing the kids out there, and I'm old school because this is how I was taught. My dad, until I was like 17, I would get 1 ball a year.
Oh.
1 ball.
Wow.
That's it. So I am more on the believer that, yeah, you know, when you start really bowling in big competitions and stuff, yeah, you need a good arsenal. But, you know, if I'm teaching a kid to bowl and from scratch, and I like, sometimes we search for ball reaction instead of working on our games and developing tools. It's like, oh, let's just switch balls. Well, there's a lot that can be said when you just practice with 1 ball and you're able to get it to roll out and you're able to get that same ball to maybe go through the pins harder. And so
yeah, the old school, using your touch, right?
that whole touch thing, you know, it's the tricks,
yeah,
as they say. So sometimes I feel like the amount of balls that kids have kind of deteriorates that ability to be able to utilize those skills, because those skills are extremely important, especially when the higher the levels you get up into the bowling world. So
yeah.
But that's just me being old school.
No, I like it. Mr. Winston here.
Yeah. Okay, we got a Griffin got a little break there.
Griffin got it. Oh, yeah, he has a good game going. Winston really figured this pair out.
That's close. Hit it. There we go. Little trip 9 for the fans.
Great back half for 203. Nice shot.
Yeah, way to bail that one out. You're looking at 75 in the 5th. It's not where you want to be, but you still have life, and then throws the next 6 out of 7 to get to 2-0. Those are the games that, in all honesty, can win you a tournament. You turn those 170s into 2-0s, make a huge difference. So we kind of say everyone's going to have their good games out here. It's that when you are a little bit lost and you're struggling, if you can make your bad a little bit better and bail those games out for 190, I know they're not sexy, they're not pretty by any means, but they really do help the scorecard.
So important, really important. Yeah, like, and we've been talking about Keegan, first 5 games clean. That's why Keegan was leading by so much.
That is exactly why. He gave nothing back.
Yeah. Have you ever had a clean block?
I have, Blair. At the Open Championships one year, I went 90 clean.
That's amazing.
That is not indicative of how good of a spare shooter I am. I promise you. I was just as amazed as a lot of people. In fact, Tommy Jones gives me crap every time he sees me. He's like, nah, you didn't do that, man. Nah, you didn't.
I mean, and you can't lie because it's, it's all computerized, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah, I mean, it happened. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. But that's
impressive.
That is one of the few times that I've been able to have clean blocks. Now, have I had a clean block in the last year and a half? No chance. I've been trying my butt off to work on my spare game, and I chop something every time. I'm always so close.
It's easy to chop things.
God, you're telling me.
Yeah.
The 610 might as well be the 710 for me.
That's awesome. I was expecting like the 3-6.
No, it's the simple things in life that are giving me troubles right now.
Oh, all right. Caden's gonna
wrap up our game here on 7 and 8.
Yeah, see what he can do. He's on a double, but he's doing a fill. Why not? Do you do a fill ball every time? Like
try something?
Change balls, do something.
I'd say it just depends. If I'm Caden right now, and I had this 190 game where I wasn't really too lined up, I'll probably try a little something here.
Yeah.
And then, but if I had like a 5-bagger going, a lot of times I'll just get those 10 pins, and that's the Belmo strat. He's like, dude, I go for 10 every time. 'Cause, you think about it. There's 15 games. If I can get 10 every time in the fill, and say you average 8. Well, I just got 30 more pins on you right there. And I'm like, oh, God, this guy's next level over here.
You're like, this is why he wins all the time. I figured it out.
My man's fighting for every stick out here. You think he's worrying about the 270s that he's shooting every game. He's like, I'm thinking about that fill shot.
You're like, I can't even pick up the 610.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
All right.
No, you're not wrong.
Kyle, I'm going to let you go finish your vlog.
All right.
Thank you for being here this weekend. We had a ton of fun hanging out with you. I think the kids loved it. So we're looking forward to seeing this vlog.
Yeah,
it'll
be out sometime in the middle of this week. But again, appreciate you bringing us out here, Blair. It's been a fun week, and let's go cover the finals, see who our champions are going to be.
All right, we'll be right back. We have another pair coming to you, and we'll be here in a minute. All right, we are back. It is game number 5. Last game of the tournament. We will be naming some champions soon. I believe Leanne is going to join us this game for a few frames in between keeping score. We'll see. Mr. Landon Jordan here. Landon's on a tear. Landon is finishing out could be 270 game. The pair in front of us, we're going to be watching Jack Pearson, Will Hudson, Trey Henriksmeyer. Trey has finally made it here. Curtis Sweezy, Nolan Selms, and Brady Helminski. Trey is local. He's excited. He's excited that he is close to home this weekend. Couple hours drive. He's waving. Trey. Trey's gonna come in.
I'm up to bowl after that.
Yeah, it's all right.
Hello.
What's up, Trey?
Not much.
You're waiting to bowl.
I'm getting 9 a lot, so that's
Oh,
fun.
all right. So 9 today. So Pattern's playing tricky.
To hit the pocket, not really. To carry, yes.
Okay. All right. So what's your strategy for this pair?
Supposedly it hooks more than 1 and 2 because 1 and 2 didn't hook at all. So probably move a couple left. Throwing the phase 2 right now.
All right.
Slow hook in, so hopefully this pair gives me all the carry in the world and I can shoot more than a 210 game.
Okay. Let's see it. I'd like to see that.
I have not got more than a 3-bagger yet, so usually I split after the 3-bagger, unfortunately. Or I get 9. You never know.
Somewhere in between those.
Ooh, I might be able to bowl soon.
All right.
I'm gonna throw the shot and I'll come back with an update.
Okay. We'll get that. All right. Trey is heading to bowl. He'll give us an update on how it went. Sir Jack Pearson's on this pair. He had a great tournament in Indy at the Indy 300. He made the All-American team there. That's the jersey you see him wearing. Came in second. He just had a fantastic tournament. All right, so Mr. Trey and Jack are stepping up. Nice 4-9 conversion by Caden. Caden shot 210 that game. Griffin Jordan 242. Landon Jordan 270. And Trey left a 4-pin. He got 9. Oh, Matt. Yeah.
Can I start doing anything? Do you have like pallets ready where I can like unload? Okay. Okay.
Am I back with the update?
All right, Trey is back with the update.
It hooked a lot more than I thought it would.
It did.
I moved 2 and 4-pin, so
Needed to double that move.
yeah. Probably going 2 more.
All right.
What do we
Well,
got here?
all right. So now this will be fun. Well,
Yeah.
Leanna's coming to chat for a few frames,
Okay. Yeah.
but I still want the updates. So maybe we can still pop in and go. Okay,
I could do that.
yeah. Like I moved. So you started. Your plan was to move 2.
Yep.
Now you're gonna move another 2.
Yep.
So where are you standing right now? And what are you looking at?
I'm standing on 27 right now.
Okay.
I moved to 29. I'm going to 31.
Okay. All right. Let's see it.
So
Here,
we're
I'll
gonna
take your headset.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. He's moving to 31. Multitasking. Oh, Abby's coming. Abby Starkey. Hi, Abby Starkey.
What's up, guys?
Trey is doing a play-by-play of his game right now.
All right.
He's moving another 2. That's what's happening. Abby, how's your day going?
Splendid.
Uh-oh.
Let's just say rocky.
Uh-oh.
Say.
Uh-oh. You're climbing a mountain?
Yeah, not the best shot making by me personally, but, you know, it's a fun SYC. It was a fun SYC.
Good.
Brought home some gear. So brought home some hardware.
Nice.
So gold medal on medium,
Yeah.
silver on short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Trey.
So Trey's additional 2 move is it worked?
Yeah.
So where are you bowling next?
3 and 4.
Okay, all right. You'll just be off camera. We will
Yeah.
sometimes be able to see your ball.
Hopefully it strikes. Hopefully.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
Is to knock down 10 pins every time, like Curtis is doing. Curtis here has a turkey. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Times that by 4.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what Nolan does here. Jack Pearson. I was talking about how good he bowled in Indy. Great tournament. All-American team.
Yeah,
Fun
he bowled
stuff.
really good in Indy.
He did.
Really good.
Yeah. Nolan's ball is hooking a lot. Nolan's having what Trey had. Now, Trey told us that 1 and 2 didn't hook, and now they're coming here, and it's hooking a lot. So that's why you see these balls like Jack's right there. Just dive. Dive.
That is a current move.
Leanna's supposed to be coming down here.
Leanne was making her way down here.
Okay, she was. Okay,
She was
good.
at the front desk.
All right, cool. All right, Jack. I like Jack's spare ball. It's the Belmo
I
ball.
do too.
It's a pretty good one.
I miss my pink spare ball.
Aw,
It
sad.
cracked. I used it for the last time at team trials this year.
Very sad.
Hasn't seen the lane since. But
That is the ball I'm drilling for. Here, I'll get your opinion. Because you guys, like, you, the youth bowlers inspire me. Every time I come to an SYC, you inspire me. But the ball I want to drill for league is a new spare ball. I'm
Okay.
currently using the ice. What spare ball should I throw? What do you think?
I do like the Belmo spare ball.
I know.
Belmo spare ball is really cool.
That one is cool. I think I'm going down one of the mixes. Maybe
Okay.
you're going to try a mix. I don't know. What spare ball are you using right now?
An ice.
An ice?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've used an ice forever.
I don't know. I don't think I can use the mixes because, like, my spare shots are so, like, I'll either turn my hand or I'll flatten it.
Yeah.
And right now I'm struggling with wrist injuries right now, so I
Oh.
can't really flatten it. So
Yeah.
my ball is hooking. Like yesterday on short, it was hooking, and that mixes a little bit of urethane.
Yeah.
So that would not,
Not be good.
no. So I just went with an ice. I mean, it was either that or I was going to drill another pink one. But they didn't have any in stock.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, for the meantime being, once the opportunity comes back up, we might
Yeah.
get another pink one.
Yeah. I love that pink one. Good shot by Jack. Trey's ball hooked.
Yeah. A lot.
I don't think 2 was enough.
No.
And no spare either. That's all right. All right.
It's all right.
Abby, I think you're getting
Yeah,
ready
I
to
am.
bowl. We'll
All right,
watch
Trey.
you. We'll watch you from afar.
Bye, guys.
That one hooked at the foul line. I'm
Trey,
not gonna
I don't
lie.
think 2's enough.
It was in the right lane because it actually got to the spot. Left lane.
Okay.
Never got past 10 feet.
All right.
I might need to go to some shiny like that Zen Gold label that
Well,
Curtis just threw.
I'm watching all of you guys, and I think what you said, where 1 and 2 was not hooking, everyone's ball's hooking a lot.
I'm up to bowl again. Jeez.
All right,
We're
Leanne's
zooming.
coming.
All right, all right.
We'll keep talking. All right, so Trey probably is going to move some more left. I'd go out on a limb. Now, what's odd, if anyone's been watching, you've been hearing that this pair has been playing tighter. So now, it's hooking all of a sudden. Curtis has figured it out. Will Hudson has figured it out. He's got spare turkey. Good shot by Trey. Maybe it's just the left lane. Trey says he's glad he's finishing on that lane. Nice spare by Mr. Nolan. Hi, Leanne.
Hello.
How's it been going?
I think it's a little better score-wise today. Seen lots of good games. I think there's a couple divisions that are getting kind of close. First and second.
Trey has been commentating on his own game this game. So he's been stopping in and chatting.
Giving you the player's perspective.
Yeah, so 1 and 2 apparently doesn't hook, and then they come here and it's hooking a lot. So we're in a little bit of transition, although Curtis has figured it out. Curtis is like, last game of the tournament, I'm going to strike.
Go out. Go big or go home.
Yes.
He's going big.
Mr. Jack, All-American team.
Wearing his new jersey.
Looks good. I like this jersey. Well, it's more subtle this year. Sometimes they're red, white, and blue. This one's like,
well,
I like
supposed
it.
to have a little red, white, and blue on them. It's kind of a dark blue. It matches our big SYC banner.
Yeah.
If we stood up the whole All-American team in front of the banner, that would be like camouflage.
green screen. Good shot. Good shot by Mr. Jack. So Will is another one that's figured this pair out. Spare turkey.
Little hook, never hurt anybody.
So I believe I heard 23 states this tournament. Is that right?
23, yep.
Any other cool facts you can share?
Well, the full field is 180, and we have 83 first-time SYC bowlers, which is, I think, our highest ever in the last couple of years.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to meet a lot of new families, a lot of nice, actually, a lot of families. Like, there was probably 10 that have siblings. So a lot of brother-sister combos, brother-brother combos.
That is a lot of siblings. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we believe the left lane is hooking a lot.
Well, that last shot over there will right through the nose.
Yeah, Trey's shots have gone left on that. Ooh.
Nice spare.
Good spare, Mr. Will.
Covers it like a champ.
He didn't even look excited.
It's one of those where he's probably mad that he left it to be excited that he picked it up.
Yeah. Scott's giving you a belated happy birthday in the chat.
Thank you, Scott. I had a great weekend here in Green Bay with the peeps, the kids. If I couldn't be with my family, I'm happy to be with my bowling family.
Ooh, Trey must have made a big move. He was moving
looked like he did.
2 at a time, and then a little dance. Trey has said that he's hit the pocket a lot and just hasn't been able to strike.
I have heard that a few times today.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Curtis is doing. Curtis doesn't seem to see a difference in either lane that we're aware of. All right. Streak ends. It's all right. Good little run there. Front 5.
Covered up, Curtis.
Gary, where's Gary this weekend?
He is at the Go Bowling NASCAR race in Watkins Glen, New York, with Kyle Troop and Shannon O'Keefe and all the Strike 10 BPAA folks doing a little bowling in NASCAR.
It's a fun event.
Seems fun. He has our son with him, and they got to ride in the pace car this morning.
That's really cool. Did they do a video?
They did.
Ah.
Yeah, they got a video. I also have this picture I'd like to show you, Blair. I probably shouldn't show you right now, but I believe Barrett is having a good time.
now, Will, going for a 10-pin.
We're almost wrapping it up here in Green Bay.
I know. Can you believe it?
We're
Went
coming
fast.
back. We're going to come back in 2025.
You know, we had Matt in here earlier, and we were talking all things Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, and
That might be the only thing I don't like about Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
I
is
know.
the word alley.
I know I tried to change it on the graphic, and then I was like, I can't. It's
Should
the
be
name of it.
Ashwaubenon Bowling Center.
You know what he says? He goes, no, we are a traditional bowling alley. He is
but
traditional.
But it's such a nice alley.
Yeah. He's such a cool guy. The Orvis family is fantastic. And we were reminiscing earlier about, I asked him which tournament was his favorite that he's ever hosted. And he started with the SYC, of course.
He likes the PWBA, though.
He does. And, you know, he has a very big place in his heart for the PWBA because it was restarted in Green Bay. That Queens was when they were restarting the tour. And everyone was so excited when they came here, and yeah, it's awesome. So we would give some score updates this game, but so what's going on in U18 boys? Landon just shot 270,
And I believe Landon is in the lead. I believe Landon is going to have a come from behind victory. Keegan is having a little struggle today. I don't know if it's his wrist. He's been having a little bit of wrist issues, but if these are updated, this says that, oh, it's not over yet, folks. Landon Jordan is 19 pins ahead of Keegan.
oh my goodness.
So
It's
can
gonna
we
go-
see Landon anywhere? Where's he bowling?
No, he just bowled.
Okay.
He's too far away, I think. Oh wait,
And
hold on,
then-
Landon.
Yeah, so they are very close. It's between Landon and Keegan.
I believe Landon has the front 5.
He's not letting it going to be close.
I-
So Landon has shot today 134 over for 4 games.
He's on a tear. Brad and Kyle, the reason that neither of them are in the booth this last game is they're vlogging the last game because they're like, we
Nice.
need to be out there and capturing this. And I go, yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
We have a close one in the U15 boys between Joss Weems and Miles Gordon, I believe.
It's all coming together.
While we did have some large leads, you know, this is a totally different pattern.
100%.
And things always change on the last day. I think the only lead that's going to hang on is Gianna Brandolino had a good lead, and she has bowled pretty good today. Now, Malia Miscavige has bowled phenomenal today, but I think she had a crummy day yesterday, so she's not... She had a lot of pins to make up. I believe she's going to win the long pattern.
Ah, and the Never Give Up scholarship.
Yeah, and... But
Except
I
1
think
and 2 might be causing her. Oh no, she's still all right. She has 1 open down there.
Yeah, she's 60 ahead. She shot 934. She's done. She's bowled as good as Landon Jordan today.
That's awesome.
Gianna has bowled good today, 874. So she had enough of a lead. So I think Gianna is going to win. But there's a couple divisions that are pretty close. I think Trevor Mason in the U12 boys is going to win his... Nope, that one's not over either. That's 50 pins difference.
Leads mean nothing.
Well, these kids are all capable of big games.
They really are.
Looks like Olivia Portillo is going to win the U12 girls.
How many
and
titles
Anna
is that for her?
Anthony, U15 girls. Well, yes.
Olivia Portillo. I'm gonna look up the titles because she's won.
I think she either has 2 or 3, so this will be her 4th. I thought I saw her banner somewhere around here. I got the banners, a couple of them written down to take off. I don't think I have Portillo anywhere.
Olivia, this would be her 3rd SYC title.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so when the bowlers win, they get a trophy, they get a medal, and they get their banner if they've already won. They get to take it home.
Yeah, because we order them another banner.
Yeah, new winners will get a banner. You see those banners hanging on the lanes. I love the banners. They're so pretty.
Well, it doesn't look like Gianna's brand new 10 title banner is going to last very long. She just got it, and now we're going to replace it with number 11.
And she is officially chasing the record. Officially.
She's going after you, Jillian.
Yeah, she, well, and Spencer, because currently Jillian and Spencer are tied for all-time titles.
12?
Yeah, 12 is the number. So if
they better
Gianna,
enjoy it while they can. I believe Gianna's going to go around them.
Now, what we always talk about is they were at a slight disadvantage because the SYC started in 2017. They both were older. Although Jillian wasn't older. She was young, but
yeah.
That we didn't do as many SYCs when Spencer was still youth. So, but Spencer's come to terms with it. He's told me. He's like, I'm going to get beat.
Didn't he win the first SYC
in Reno?
In Reno.
He
so
did.
2017.
Yes. Yeah.
In 2017, he was 6 years ago. He was 15.
Yeah.
So, okay. So if he had U12-ish.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He came to terms
But
with
he
it.
did bowl most of the tournaments.
Yes.
And I'll give it to Gianna. Gianna doesn't bowl all of the SYCs.
Right.
So when she does, we'll get her ratio on how many she's bowled and how many she's won. I bet you her
It's
percentage
high.
is very high.
It has to be. Jillian's was always pretty high too when she was bowling. I think for a while she won every one she bowled.
Well, we always have more boys than girls.
Yeah.
I think we only had a couple people beat Jillian. Victoria Verano. Who were our other U18 champions? Jillian she was very dominant for 3 years, right?
There was another bowler, Orlando. Who won in Orlando the one year? Kara Beisel. But I don't remember if Jillian bowled that tournament. She might not have bowled. Jillian also, she lost, now we're going down history, but Jillian lives in a state where high school bowling restricts you, and she bowled high school bowling her freshman year. So she was restricted from competing in some of the tournaments. But again,
the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I mean, again, Gianna doesn't bowl them all. The Jordans don't bowl them all. And we've been talking about this all day with Brad and Kyle. We don't do year-end awards because of that. Like, it's okay if you don't bowl every SYC.
Yeah, we don't expect anyone to bowl every SYC.
Right.
That's why they're spread out all over the country.
Right. So find the one that you want to bowl and bowl it. Yeah, I'd like to know Gianna's stat. Wonder.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, that's a good one. Joss Weems is looking for a ball. He's on this.
There are a lot of bowling balls here. I'm really happy with myself that I haven't tripped over a bag this weekend. As clumsy as I am.
And you've been doing
really
the scores.
Proud that I have been going pair to pair to pair, and I have not tripped over a bag.
Yeah.
Doesn't say I won't before the end of today, but I've been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Terry have been the awesome score runners this weekend. Leanne, you do a lot of work for these events. We've been talking to lane assignments.
I don't mind doing the scores because I actually talk to the kids when I'm walking through. So make sure that, the bowling area is okay. It was really hard. A lot of bags down there this weekend, but
get to talk to some parents.
Talk to the kids, make sure they're doing okay. We had some tears yesterday. That was a struggle. Because our short pattern was pretty tricky, so there were kids that were frustrated.
It was tricky. Do you know, Matt said this is the first, he thinks this is the one of the first times that a 35-foot pattern has been laid down since the lanes were leveled. So he said it was interesting for him to watch too.
Because the gutter didn't play.
Yeah. So he said that he's interested when they do the new topography maps. He predicts they'll do them for Queens is coming here.
Oh, right.
So they're going to do new topography maps, and he's really interested to see how they've changed. So it reminded me of, remember Carter Street used to always pull topography maps, and if he had done that, he'd be coming to tell us, like,
For all
this
you
does
topography
not match.
geeks. Yeah.
Scott,
They do help once in a while.
yeah,
They confirm what you see.
yeah.
I never really play off of the topography maps, but if I go to a pair, I'm like, wow, it seems like it's hooking. And then you can look it up, and you're like, confirmed what you're seeing.
For sure.
Like you're saying 7 and 8 would probably have a little red and yellow on it.
I think so. I believe.
It hooks more than 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yes. And I think it's very tight to the right. Very tight. Like that.
It would appear to be.
Yes. Scott says Kayla Starr beat Jillian once.
All right. Victoria, Kayla. There's one more. I know she didn't win every single tournament, so I know I'm missing somebody in that.
And then I think she had to miss her last opportunity to bowl because of graduation.
Yeah.
Pesky graduation.
Yeah, she had a family party. There was like a family wedding. She missed one, so she didn't bowl all of them.
Yeah. All right, so Trey has been trying to figure this pair out, and it appears he might have. No.
There's a hook spot on lane 7.
He's puzzled. Miss Alexandria to the left on lane 6. She asked so many questions in the Apex Mental Performance Seminar.
I like that.
She just bowled, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it might be one of her first SYCs.
It is her first SYC. She's from Elgin, Illinois.
Yeah.
She showed up late this morning.
Oh, no.
We thought she wasn't coming. She rushed in at 10 after 10. They had only bowled 2 frames, so we let her catch up. Threw a double.
Nice.
Shot 200 the first game with no practice.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Like a champ. She just came in. No warm-up. Flush.
Curtis Sweezy just had a a no spare game.
Pick it up, Curtis.
And Mom says we're a little too excited. Now,
Let's pick it up on live stream.
Ethan Caruso almost picked up the 7-10 on this pair, game 1.
All right. And there's a lot of deadwood, so it is possible. The pins bounce around here, so let's give it a whirl, Curtis.
Come on, Curtis.
Pop it out of there for the fans at home.
No pop. No spare 233 game.
Nice game, Curtis.
Oh, but you know that's a good way to end. Just be happy, Curtis. She shot 233 in the last game, right? I'll take that.
Good finish, Curtis.
Mom says he's walking back to Ohio. Oh, funny. All right, Nolan gets it to go. Little Brooklyn action.
That's a good shot right there. Nice shot, Will. Looks like he's throwing an absolute.
You love that ball.
I do love that ball.
You know who else loves that ball? Kyle Sherman loves that ball.
He does?
Yeah, he was talking about it earlier.
It's a pretty good ball. I mean, I like it.
Kyle said he drilled one on the tour, didn't love it. Drilled another one, loved it. He said that he didn't really like the layout that he did on the first one. So.
Good thing he didn't give up on it.
Yep.
Blair, you've been watching funny videos the whole time you've been live streaming?
No.
There's the fans at home could see that, but they've had these videos on their TV channel. It must be like the Bowling Center channel or something, but it's been very funny because they're funny. But you know how much I like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Have you been distracted?
I was watching this dog walk down the hall. The baby was crawling down the hallway, and the dog was crawling right behind the baby, like the baby. It was so cute. And you know how I love those videos.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
anyway.
yesterday I actually did ask that they turn this TV to Ashwaubenon because I'm like, I didn't want to watch the TV. But
this kid's falling in the ice.
Oh my goodness. Oh
There
my
he goes.
goodness. That's good for Wisconsin. I bet that happened in Wisconsin. Uh-oh.
No?
Oh, yeah, he did. All right.
All right. I'm sorry. It would not be good if I was down here.
Yeah.
All right. We're wrapping it up.
We
all
are.
done.
Yes. So 5 games are complete. We've been teasing that September 1st is the season announcement.
Yes.
9
events.
Where are we going next, though? Next month
we're going to the National Bowling Stadium.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful bowling stadium in Reno, Nevada. 232 entries.
Awesome.
234. So there's still spots available. We have about 16 spots available. So if you know anyone who has trouble getting into the SYCs and wants to bowl in the bowling stadium.
Who doesn't want to bowl in the stadium?
I know. We still have openings, so.
Come bowl in Reno.
Yep. It'll be a fun time.
Reno, and then off to Rhode Island.
And then the ever-popular Coastal Classic in Myrtle Beach.
Yes. Yeah, we tried to take that off the schedule.
Not we. I tried to take it off because we were trying to go to all new bowling centers, and everyone flipped out on me like, what? So back by popular demand, we just moved it a month, and then next year we're going back to Myrtle Beach, of course, because we could never take that off.
Yeah, that was just
It's everyone's favorite turn. It's voted most popular destination for an SYC.
It's my favorite city now, I think. I love going there. I guess not city, area.
I'm just going to stay there.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's the one place. I shouldn't say one place. It's a place that we've gone that I'm like, I could live here.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We've been to a lot of towns. I could live in Green Bay, but probably April to October.
Yeah, do you know?
I've never been here in the tundra.
I asked Matt, I'm like, have you ever been to one of those Green Bay games where the snow is blowing? Do you know that he has all the tricks? He puts cardboard on the ground, so he stands on it, and it makes your feet warmer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, anyway, all the tricks.
Smart.
Trey finishes with a strike. That concludes our live stream for this weekend. Leanne, thanks for popping in to finish it out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, trying to find your favorite bowler. We've had great bowling here in Ashwaubenon Bowling Center.
Are you going to make Matt change the name before we come back?
It's not an alley. You know, I take bowling very personal.
You do.
And when people call it a bowling alley, I get offended.
Yes.
They're bowling centers.
All right. Well, we'll take that up. We'll take that up with the Orvis family. We'll try to get a little name change done before 2025. But thank you all for watching. You can watch all of the live bowling from Storm wherever we are. Leanne, you're the tournament events manager, and we have a team
every weekend.
Yeah, and we have a team now that travels. You might see Kendall, you might see Matt McNeil, Gary goes live.
Yeah, the TAT Las Vegas Open. I'm actually headed to the military tournament Tuesday in Las Vegas, the last 4 days of the military. And then a couple days later starts the TAT Las Vegas Open at the Bowling Plaza. So.
Yeah. So more live streams coming your way. Next month we'll be live with the kids in Reno, so stay tuned. But until next time, we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching. This has been a live stream of the 2023 SYC Wisconsin. The preceding was produced exclusively by Storm Bowling. For more information on upcoming events and more, please visit stormbowling.com. Once again, thanks for watching.